Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night Saturday stream. It's very late at night. It's 1:50 in the morning. All right, and that means it's 12 a.m. in California. Where shall we begin? Let's grab the menu from the previous stream and jump over here. Hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is basically Sunday now. It is. Especially if you're in New York, it's 3 a.m. Sunday. But for me, that's still Saturday night. All right, so. Hey, what's up, guys? Thushi, Troy Malice, Whipple, Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, Isaac Morgan, Ezzy Yanez. Hey. So, we're getting pretty close to Christmas, guys. It's really close now. We're going to say, man, I do not have a plan for tonight's title. Well, there's a large Pikachu giveaway. We're going to say 150 Pikachu giveaway. We're going to say cute Gengar break. We're going to say loaded Poke Shuffles. Live card shop. All right. Let me mark this unread. Oh, I can't. I can't mark it unread. All right, let me start clearing up these emails. Good. Well, I just woke up, man. I slept all night. I think I fell asleep at like 9 or something. So I had 10, 11, 12, 1. Man, I got like 4 hours of sleep. Of course, I pretty much needed it because Karis kept me awake all morning. So I never really went to bed. I got like 2 bad hours of sleep in my normal time schedule for sleep. Because Karis just kept waking me up, and then now I got to sleep. I got a little bit of sleep. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm probably going to die young from bad sleep. All right, let's grab our website. I can't be doing that. It's time to rip some more One Piece tonight. Yeah? One Piece is nuts right now, huh? I think it's odd that they're saying that the Pokemon card scalpers are going to One Piece. Maybe there's some truth to that, I don't know. But I don't think that it was necessary. There's just already, like, even when Pokemon was doing very well, we were selling tons of One Piece in parallel to that. I mean, One Piece was just always selling really well. All right, so I believe I just set up the website. Well, I'm groggy right now. I need like caffeine, man. Or candy or something. Okay, that's done. Just looking at a couple other things. You know, we never got a price on OP13 restock. Wonder if that means he doesn't have any. All right, we'll jump this over here. Probably means he doesn't have any. Let's turn our iPad on. Close, 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 close. Let me hit refresh on this. I saw the trailer for that new Star Wars game, but I wasn't very hopeful for it when I saw it, because it was Rey in the trailer, wasn't that? I don't know if it was Rey, but it was some sort of female protagonist character, and it had me immediately suspicious. I was like, I don't know. Here it is. Because we were so emotionally injured from the sequel, or whatever they're called. They're called the sequels. So, what are you guys saying? Ba-doo-ba-doo-be-doo. Let's finish a break. Hey, Mr. in chat. I sent in my last order to grade my bag a couple streams ago. Can I still do that when possible? Couple streams ago. My last order to grade my bag, huh? The whole bag? Hey, what's up, Miss Cactuar Queen? Here's Mr. True Calvin, AOG, CS Men. Hello, Mr. CS Men. I hope you're doing well today. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Okay, let's see. Let's hit next, and done. All right, the Mark giveaway is ready to go. Ooh, no, only hits. Oh, Mr. Ephraim has some hits. So you're saying that you paid for what, a bag sort and it never happened? I don't recall seeing that. Let's just see real fast. We're at the very beginning of this stream. Couple cards in here. Oh, hi, Mark. You can trade these commons in, or these hollows in, for a spot in the Gengar, probably. Oh, not the Gengar, I'm sorry. A spot in whatever this is, Mousehold. All right, what we got here? So we got success. So you got a couple of these tops cards, huh? Take a look at this one. Immediately makes me think top heavy. Back of the card looks better, though. This card has a shot. Yeah, just from the initial look, this card has a shot. It doesn't have perfect corners on the top. So I would give this one like a 10 minus. Okay. How about this guy right here? Ooh, that's my two-finger technique. No cop in me. What is this music, dude? What do you think, Cactuar Queen? What do you think the grade on this one is? It's pretty good. This one might be a 10 here. So these are pretty tough to grade. I'm going to hand out the 10 to it, but keep in mind how hard these are to grade. Not detecting any significant centering issues. Might be thinner on the left side. Oh, yeah, it might be shifted left. Okay. I'm going to give it 9.5. I believe it has a centering issue. The question is, will they notice that? I believe PSA will. PSA is pretty good with testing the centering on these. Okay. This one doesn't have that symmetry for the off-centering. Trust me, PSA checks for the centering on a card like that. This one has an upturned corners. Slight issue right there. So you could try to fix the corners on this one if you wish. That would require you to roll them out a bit. Is that on the card itself? Okay, good. All right. What is this music, man? A solid 10. 9. This one's going to be shifted to the right. What kind of music would you turn on if this was your show? Would you be turning on smooth jazz, or would you be turning on something else? Bad corner. Okay. This one shall receive a 9. It has an issue in the upper corner. And the stream is on. Gets my gears spinning. Let's see. Lo-fi house music. Is that music made from your home? You wouldn't turn on like 9 Inch Nails? Pretty close. This edge right here makes me uncomfortable. And there's some kind of diagonal thing going right here. I'll give this one a 9.5. So that's why I saw. I'm liking this thing where I actually kind of outline what I saw. So for this one, it's on the back here. Little stuff over here. All right, so there you have it. Quick little grade there. All right. Is that good? Is he watching? Okay. Oops. Pop this here. Good. Look at how most of that's just hollows, man. Freaking hollows, bro. Oh my God. Log fart. Pre-80s rock. Pre-80s? Pre-80s? Okay. Let's hand out a spot on that Pikachu real fast. Click. All right, that's Jimmy Torres, I believe. Jimmy Torres. Now, Drummer. So that's number 12. Handing out the last 4 spots tonight. So hang out for that and type Mark in to get into that giveaway. Oh, hi, Mark. Mark actually has another giveaway lined up after this Pikachu's done, believe it or not. So, yesterday night was a bit slow. Sometimes that's a sign that people are kind of out of money. So, I don't know if Friday was slow. I have no reason to believe that Saturday will be fast. But Mr. Athim's here. What's up, Mr. Athim? All right, we're going to hit refresh on the website as well. And we need a... Wait a second, what's this? I don't recognize that order. Is this a new order? That says 19 hours ago. $43 for Japanese Gym Heroes. Looking forward to the break. Thank you. Mr. Sal. Is Sal here? Sal appears to be brand new. This was placed on the website 19 hours ago. Sal Orlando. Do you have to keep typing it or just one time? You got to keep typing it, bro. Let's see. I don't see Sal. Sal, we're going to need you to step up, bro. Wait, if this is just this crap here, you think I should grade any of these Mewtwo's? I mean, they look kind of fun. Rocket Mewtwo. And then these are just hollows, huh? What's actually in these hollows? Anything interesting? I mean, Hops Snorlax is kind of cute, I guess. We'll send off this little Rocket Mewtwo. We'll see what happens with them. Okay. Placing him over here. And once again, we are looking for a little bag, huh? Boy, I don't really feel like shouting tonight. Do you guys feel like shouting? I don't really feel like shouting into the mic. Okay, let's give these 2 cards out. And, how about a little Flareon? Okay. So a couple free ones here in that first time order. How you guys feeling about this jazz music? Feeling it? Not feeling it? I'm not feeling it. Let's move over to Christmas music. I feel like the Christmas music for Nintendo is always pretty bad. Point of view, it's Christmas in 1999. I guess so. I love jazz, but I can't hear it. Haha. Oh, okay. I guess I'd have to turn the music up. Ooh, look at the ghosty. I think it's better for it to be kind of quiet in the background, to be honest. All right, and what's actually here? Just a hollow? It feels like I've been put on hold on a phone call. Oh my God, don't say that. So that's for Mr. Sal Orlando, which I'm pretty sure this is his first time order. Mr. Sal, you shouldn't have. Okay. I don't think I've written this before. Or have I? There we go. Yeah, I think I need like caffeine or something to start shouting. That's the ASMR stream today, guys. Sarah Dusenberry, Saul Jimenez, what? No, wait a second. There's a Sarah Dusenberry bag in here. Don't we have a Sarah Dusenberry box? Yes, we do have a Sarah Dusenberry box. Here's a Samuel Pang. That's an expired bag. So yeah, an expired Samuel bag. It's a double bag. Thanks for staying on the line. Your call is very valuable to us. Oh my God. Don't you hate having to call a company? That is the absolute worst, man. So he's getting in the pack split. Here's a bounty. Here's a vintage break. The pack split. Ah, there it is. The pack split. There we go. Ooh. How many people in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only need 3 more people for the pack split. That is Vintage Gym 1 with a chance for the Misty's Tears. Ooh. I feel great. 14 hours in. I'm on a 24-hour fast. What? I'm on a 14-hour weight gain. Here's Ho-Oh. Here's Heatwave Arena. I feel like I'm on a 14-hour weight gain. Whew. I ate a heavy dinner today. Smash that like button. I see we have 16 likes. Smash it for me, will you guys? Do me a favor. Smash that like button. So we got 40 people tonight. How's it going, everybody? Let's hit refresh over here and see what's going on in the queue. Could be a great night to work on slabs. 2 Mega Dreams for Mr. Athim. You got it, Mr. Athim. Lord knows we got a lot of work to do with our slabs. All right. I'm smashing the... No, you're not. Hey, you better not be. All right, here's this. Tossing this over here. All right. Here's some rocket cards. And still can't believe they put rocket cards in here. Who saw that coming? Badoo! Mr. At them, you're picking up Badoo. Wow. Ta-da! Ugh. All right, let's toss this back over here. And grab Mr. Athim's bag. Hey, he's got a bag. He got a couple bags, actually. There we go. Lovely. I felt like yesterday night's stream was pretty fun. Wonder if anything will happen tonight. Hope everyone's having a lovely Saturday night, says Piasu. Hey, what's up, Piasu? Here's Tanuki Mario. Here's Squirtle. And here's... Look at that Gengar out of 17, huh? So he's 8 out of 17. That means there's 9 spots left on Gengar. We got all these breaks. They're further along, but not quite there, huh? We do have a Mr. Zach order. He says pack split spot. Okay, pack split spot. Pack split spot. Zachary Stex. Oh, I kind of put an S there, didn't I? Should be a Z. Oh, wait, I didn't put the... oh, why did I put that there? That's crazy. So, our new friend Sal is in the pack split. Mr. Zach's in the pack split. It's pretty close. There's 2 spots left. Hathim says, last 2 Mega Dream of the night. Whoa, he placed that order fast, man. How's life going, Mr. Athim? Anything fun on your end? I'm going to stand up like an adult and make myself breakfast. This bed is comfy on a free day. I don't know. You could just lay in bed, watch TV, and eat, like, candy or something. Here we are. Ooh. I don't know. I made some tonight. I made a, I tried to make a German meatloaf. There it is. I've been learning about German meatloafs. But, you know, I'm not in Germany, and I didn't use 100% of their ingredients. Ooh, look at this. Galele. Nice. Frostlass, I mean, before Tammy gets mad at me. I did start my new nursing job. Nice. Cool, man. Good for you. Here's, hey, look at that. You got the comm tower as well. So I'm pretty sure, well, that was the end of the box too, wasn't it? Pretty sure you just took the SR and the MA from that box. Too bad it's comm tower, though. Comm tower kind of sucks. Do you like your new job? Is it good? What is Chainsaw Man? Chainsaw Man's a real popular anime right now. Karis actually likes it. I watched the movie with her in the movie theaters. I thought it was pretty decent. They got a popular movie that just came out, and yeah, it was pretty watchable. Peak anime. It is. That's why that's on the menu. The Chainsaw Man, Weiss Schwarz first edition, because the anime is doing so well. There it goes. Little squirrel there, huh? And what's this? That's right, Olu from McDonald's. Let's take a picture. All right. What did I just pull down? You gotta be kidding me, dude. Oh my God, dude. Bulk cards falling over. So, let's take a picture in the All Slabs channel. Picture time. Boop. Dooba-doo-ba-doo, dooba-doo-ba-doo. It's a pretty good job so far. It's a $15 billion company. Damn. It is all those billions, and they don't even give one to you. Selfish. Greedy. Snorlax. Charmeleon. Rayquaza. Okay. Take a picture here. Very nice. Okay. Okay, Snorlax and Rayquaza. Need beer rocks. What? Not even that, but there will always be a need for nurses, so you're chilling. I think I was saying that just the other day. I was saying a medical degree, anything with medicine is so freaking good right now. Because I don't anticipate that AI can quickly, truly replace medical workers, because humans will always want other humans working with them. You know, robot nursing, we might be far away from that. Squirtle, oh my God, this Ross was 160 at one point. Can you guys believe that? And here's Radiant Gardevoir. Let's get some new prices on this. So this guy's pretty accurate at 30. I'm not going to lie. That's probably about the price for this card. I'm not changing this one. That feels right already the way it is. But Ralts, let's take a quick look into that. Ralts. Okay, it's going to say Ralts 021. I don't think you can ever replace it due to human judgment and emotion. Ralts is the man. What? Is he? All right. Now, this is a Ralts 10, correct? So it looks like he's going to be about $44 now. Ooh. That's a pretty big change from 160. You guys want to know some fun facts about me? I just spent it's about $2.5 thousand acquiring more McDonald's Pikachu. About 2.5. Here's this. We're just going to hold that for a couple of years, probably. That's how it works. We'll make money on it when we can, but we're waiting for it to get a little bit older. Okay, oh, and let's get a dot next to that to show that it has rotated now. This Radiant Gardevoir seems underpriced at 34, actually. Raw? Yeah, so that was a deal I made. That was a deal I made with my supplier, and it was, in fact, raw. Gardevoir. So I bought a big chunk of raw ones. That price is accurate. It's exactly $34 to this day. No condom? That's right. Mister, did you see the Charizard that sold for $550,000? Yeah, you know, there's all these people who are saying that Pokemon's like on a slump. What slump? Where's the slump? Point me to the cheap Pokemon cards. I'll go buy them. Where are they? I'm waiting. There it is. You know, like some modern cards fell in price a little bit because it turned out there's a lot of them. And they're all hitting the market finally after coming back from PSA, which anyone could have anticipated. And then people are like, Pokemon's in a slump. Where? Where can I get the good Pokemon cards for cheap? You just tell me. I'll go buy them. It's not a slump. It's the exact opposite. It's as inflated as ever. It's insanely expensive. No Discord ping. Oh! I got so used to Mr. Alex doing a Discord ping for us, guys. Let's get that Discord ping. Oops. All right, let's jump over here. Yeah, so record-breaking price on first edition PSA 10 Charizard. It looks like I'm never going to own one. That's too bad. How will anyone respect me? We're going live for Saturday night. How will anyone respect me if I don't have that Zard? Okay. Apparently scalpers are going to One Piece cards. Everyone's saying that. I disagree. I disagree. I'm tired of hearing that, actually. Because the reason I find that statement annoying, first of all, it's just people venting their frustration over Pokemon, number one. And number two, it denies the reality that One Piece guys are scalping One Piece. It was already popular. It was already expensive. It was independent of the Pokemon. They don't need Pokemon scalpers over there. They'll scalp their own stuff. They don't need Pokemon scalpers injecting money into One Piece. There's enough One Piece collectors to make it expensive on its own. So, you know, but it's more groaning. It's more crying from people that are, like, tired of things being so expensive. But that seems to be the new normal for now anyways. Until they reprint it like crazy. Here's Snorlax. Here's Scyther. And here's Nami. You used to be able to get packs in stores. Now it's just like Pokemon. Not my stores. Every single time I went to Target and Walmart, I still do. I check the shelves every single time that I go. There is never One Piece. Ever. Not even one pack. You'll find a pack of sports, and you'll find a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh!, and you'll find a pack of Lorcana. So those three are still on the shelves. Lorcana, Yu-Gi-Oh!, sometimes a Magic set that I don't recognize, and sports. Not even one pack of One Piece ever. Not even one box of Pokemon ever. Always sold out, 100%. All right, so let's see. We're going to jump over here. Click. Hey, it's Mr. Eddie Mendoza. What's up, man? He says, finish the pack split. Hell yeah. Let's finish that pack split, guys. All right. Well, happy Saturday night. Yeah, I'm tired of pretending like One Piece is expensive because the Pokemon card guys. It is no, dude, it's expensive because of the One Piece guys. Like they don't exist or something. It's like, what are you talking about? Some of my best sales on this channel come from One Piece. They don't come from Pokemon. It's One Piece. We finished multiple manga breaks. We finished One Piece box breaks. We go through dozens of cases of One Piece, and those aren't Pokemon guys buying up that One Piece. So, you know, it's just the typical complaining. Everyone's mad that a product's in high demand. And so they're going to say, well, it's the Pokemon card guys, actually. It's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? One Piece is allowed to be popular in its own right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh! It's not even the Pokemon card guys. It's crypto and shoe flippers. It could be. Well, and I think that's the thing. You have to agree that some percentage of the money being pumped into cards is by people who have no interest in them and they simply want to invest in them. But this idea, like there's this ghost group of people that are making your One Piece cards double in price. Nah, dude, it's just One Piece guys. Like maybe 10% are flippers. Maybe 20% even is flippers. But like what, you think it's 100%? Like, nah, you're just frustrated. But I get it. I'd be frustrated too if I couldn't buy what I wanted. I'd be like, wait! It is. There's probably some smart One Piece guys who took the gamble and said, I'm buying every single one of these. And they went really deep on it, and now they're winning. They're ahead. The Pokemon guys were busy with Pokemon all year long. Here it is. Okay. If I go to a store called Mueller in my town, they have so many One Piece sets, they can build walls with the boxes. Nice. Walmart had lots of Phantasmal and Yu-Gi and sports, maybe one Lorcana box. What's been your best pull so far? Hey, what's up, little? Well, if you want to talk about One Piece pulls, our best pull, we got the Gear 5 Luffy manga from OP5. I'd love to see that happen again, by the way. Ooh, too bad it's so expensive to open. So, we're going through here. I see Pokies everywhere. Yes, Pokies. This is why I rip Snoopy packs. Hey, how's it going, local card soul reaper? I can't remember your name. How are you tonight? Here we are. Okay. All right. I've been opening One Piece for a while, so I'm for it. Make my collection go to the moon. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, you know, anyone who's already sitting on a lot of One Piece cards is not really sorry that they went up in value. There it goes. All right. It's, you know, a card collection, a card hobby is a secondhand market hobby, and people are surprised when there's people in the secondhand market buying it. It's like, that's the whole nature of it. Oh, Mr. Thomas was ready with the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go, Mr. Thomas. Now, set that there. And actually, let's put this here so this kind of sticks in front of it. And now, I really would like to just trim the bottom. But let's try to do it like normal, huh? Good. Okay, no looking. A little dust there, huh? Looking, oh, looking good. Hopefully I didn't tilt that too far. I forgot. The hit's in the front. Gotta be careful there. Ready? Come on now. Come on now. There goes. So yeah, Miss Sarah. This could be it. This could be the Misty's Tears. It does tend to show up in that spot right there. It is Misty's Horsey. Looking really well centered, though. Ooh, good job. So Sarah's going to like that. Now, the question is, where do we store Sarah's stuff now? She got a bag over here. She got a smaller bag here. I stopped into my local shop, and the owner gave me sleeves and deck box for free, saying, bring in some great stuff. That new pack smell. Yeah, that 30-year-old new pack smell. There we go. There we go. Big fan of this set right now. I think it's one of the best vintage sets to open as a pack split. What do you guys want to do next? You guys just want to do another pack of this? Darren Thompson. Oh my God, dude. It's Misty's Poliwhirl. God, dude, I want that Misty's Tears so bad. We've opened a couple packs of this. I even opened a pack on TikTok trying to pull the Misty's Tears because it's a $1,000 card. Darren Thompson. Okay. By the way, if you don't want your vintage card, let me know. I'll trade for that. Perhaps generously. Big 5 sporting goods are going to and are selling Pokemon too. Yeah, like Dick's Sporting Good or whatever, right? They got Journey together on their shelves. Yeah, your local grocery store has Pokemon cards on the shelves. Your local gas station has Pokemon cards on the shelves. Everyone wants to sell it because it actually sells. Zach Sticks. Mr. Zach, you're still in range of a Misty's Tears. Let's see what you got. One Misty's Tears could net you $1,000 if it grades 10. Oh my God, dude. Misty, well, it looks great, by the way, Zach. Look at the centering on it. Great centering. Misty's Magikarp. That could be $100. As a 10, that could be $100. The fact we've only pulled nice Misty Pokemon is not a problem. You know, because the other trainers in this set, they're not really worth much. So that's a strong pull, Zach. Congratulations. It's just not the Misty's Tears. I really wanted a Misty's Tears in here. I hear Lowe's is selling at double MSRP. Oh my God, dude. Every company wants to be a card shop now. You know, I did, to a certain degree, find it annoying when GameStop started selling Pokemon cards. I was like, oh my God, dude. Corporations buying another corporation's product. All right, you ready? Brock Zubat for Miss Sarah. Now, I believe we are out of time to pull a Misty's Tears. I believe the cards become uncommons at this point, and then there's one rare. But if I'm wrong, there's one more common card, which would go to Mr. Eddie. Mr. Eddie, let's find out what's going on here. You ready? Okay. Eddie, do you need a new bag? And that, it was one more common. Erica's Jigglypuff is a serious pull. I mean, again, like the Magikarp that was pulled a second ago, that Magikarp might be worth like $100 in a 10. They're both well centered, so it's really not bad in terms of the commons we're pulling. Eddie Mendoza. Where would I run into Eddie Mendoza's bag? Let's see. We're getting a little crazy in the E's. We got a lot of guys with E as their first letter buying right now. Emmanuel. Oh, come, Emmanuel. Let's move these out of the way. Meow, 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 meow. Eddie Shelton. You know what's going on? We got one gentleman named Eddie Shelton, and he's been going ham for a little while, and he has filled up the E boxes. That's what's going on. Elijah Martinez, Mr. Elijah, Edward Cornelio. Did you guys ever sing that Emmanuel song? Here we are. When I was a kid, I had to sing that every Christmas because of the Catholic Church. That's a popular one of the Catholic Church. One of those Christmas songs you don't hear unless you're religious. There we go. Doobie-doobie-doobie, doobie-doobie-doobie, doobie-doobie-doobie. All right. Well, now I would expect the rest of these to be uncommons. That Jigglypuff is 125 as a 10. That's why I'm saying, man. You paid $43 to get into the break. You had a shot at the Misty's Tears. You pulled a Erica's Jigglypuff. This one happens to be well-centered. You're probably still getting all your money back. How crazy is that? Shows you that there's room to keep opening these packs. You just have to have the capital to keep going, because you're not necessarily losing money as long as you take the time and patience to grade it. Mr. Shahir, pulling an Erica's Bellsprout. Now, this one is off-center. What's going on with that? Why were the other ones well-centered and this one is off-center? Well, it's simple, because this comes from a different part of the card sheet. So all the cards are printed on a large sheet of paper, and this was probably on a sheet of uncommons, and the commons were probably on a different sheet, and so they were cut differently. Pretty interesting. Okay, let's find your name over here. Ooh, that can happen with your holographic too in these packs. So your holographic can be really poorly centered, and your commons can be really well centered, or vice versa. Maybe your commons are really poorly centered, so as you're getting ready to get to the holo, you're like, oh, I'm screwed. The early cards are off center. Not necessarily, because by the time you get to the holo, it might be a different sheet of cards that it was cut out of, and a different sheet means different alignment. Here's Nathan Norman. You guys having fun with this vintage opening? You are? What should the next pack be? I'm all ears. Nathan Norman, he's going to pick up a card that looks a little off-center. Oh, yeah, it's such a nice card, though. So here you can see left to right centering is not good. Thin on the right. But that is Brock's Vulpix, and if that was a 10, that is a lovely card, man. Lovely card. Should you still grade it? Maybe. We are. If you guys ever want to trade any of these vintage cards, just let me know, because I'm always interested. Snoopy pack. You want a Snoopy pack? I wonder what the best, most collectible Charlie Brown cards technically are. Here's Gabriel Gallegos. Mr. Gabriel, let's see if you're luckier. Yeah, this one has slide-off centering at the top point, too, but it doesn't look quite as bad. Okay, but you have a little whiting on that edge, it looks like. I love this card, the Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite. I remember we opened up a first edition box of Gym Heroes because I was an idiot back there and gave up my box of Gym Heroes. That was such a stupid move of me back then because I never replenished it. I never restocked it. So now I got 2 Gym Challenge boxes, but no Gym Heroes. So, you know, we all make mistakes. My mistake was selling off a WotC era box. And, but anyways, I remember opening it, and there were these Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite, and I was jealous of all of them because they were uncommons, and I wanted one. We are. I didn't realize they were uncommons. I had those when I was growing up. You know, I had many of those. You used to open these packs for $3. It was like nothing. All right, Sal Orlando. He misses the holographic by 1 spot. I'm very sorry, Mr. Sal. Okay. You're still getting a rare. It could be a good rare, but usually it's a trainer though, and it is a trainer. You're gonna pull Erica. Hey, Mister, if you do another break from this pack, I want in. Do I gotta trade something only? What? For the break? For the pack break? No. You don't gotta trade to get in. You could trade to get into it. You could trade for anything, but you just buy in. Just like the trade slab, you can actually just buy into the trade slab too. You're not forced to strictly trade for it. It's just that we call it the trade slab so people know what I'm focusing on. There we go. It kind of speeds up a trade. Here's Mr. Sal's new bag. So Sal, you do walk away with a rare card. It's a rare trainer, and it is Erica, which is nice. Okay, there you go. So you got a couple cards in here, Sal. Nice to meet you, by the way. I hope I don't know if he's here. Is Sal here? Okay. I don't think Sal's here. I hope he pops in and communicates. A little nervous about him. I want to make sure he sees his card opening. Well, the centering on the rare looks good from this perspective. And who picks it up? It is Mr. Eddie who finished the break picking up the holo. Wow. All right. Eddie's having a good night. Is he watching? Where's Mr. Eddie? All right. Look at our views jumping up to 79. People love watching vintage get opened. That's always true. I'm sure vintage gets opened less and less these days. Beautiful. Let's flip it around. Oh, Erica's Dragonair. Beautiful card. Yeah, it's cool that Dragonair is considered like a middle evolution, and yet it's supposed to be so rare that it still gets treated like a hit, you know what I mean? Centering looks great. You might have a chance for a 10 on this one, Mr. Eddie. By the way, we do offer middleman grading if you want to send this off to Tag for 30 bucks or PSA for 40 bucks. You all know that, I'm just reminding. All right. We can send any of your commons off too, by the way, because I know you guys are more interested in grading these. You might have a 10 Dragonair here. By the way, if it does grade 10 and you're not a Dragonair fan, Mr. Eddie, sell it back to me. I'll give you store credit for it. You can get a lot of store credit for a quality card like that. All right. Bro, that Misty has to show up one blinking time, please. Oh, what the hell? I meant to throw those away and they flew off to the side. Okay. Wow. What a special night. We got to watch this get opened. That's so cool, man. All right, cool. Take a minute and smash that like button for me if you had fun with that, guys. All right. You go. Look at that. We jumped all the way up to 82 views just opening that pack. It shows you that what you're currently opening really affects the viewership. Like, I notice if we open like let's say we're opening a bit more of an obscure or niche Weiss Schwartz set, our viewership can really stagnate, especially if it takes a while. Whereas if you're opening up vintage Pokemon, views go to the moon. People just want to watch vintage Pokemon all day long. You know, which is why we need to pick out our next pack break. I say we do a cheaper one for once. Let's do a cheaper one. Let's do this. We're going to have an Ancient Origins pack here. Okay. And this one will be pretty affordable. All right. Do it again. Open some cheap vintage. It is. You like my booster pack holder? So we just finished that Gym Heroes one. Let's go ahead and run a round of an XY era set. Now remember, we are doing a box break of this. So if you like what you see, join the box break, $230. Let me show you the list for that. You really ought to join. It's going to be a special night when it goes off. So there it is. Ryan was the last one in there. 26 spots done. We got just these spots here, okay? So you still have time to jump in. You can even put them into slab away to pay them down over time. So this is going to be a little more expensive than that, though, to encourage you to go buy a pack instead of join the breaks. We're going to make this 25, 10 over 10. So this is a little more expensive than if you were to just go buy this over here. 25 over there, this would be 230 over here. It is. That's the Ancient Origins pack break. Pretty cool. It's more accessible than the Gym Heroes. Wait, mister, can you just do a pack split on the break? Yeah, that's possible for me to do it. So you're talking about for the box break for Ancient Origins, can I just offer a... can I offer like a break where people get a pack and it fills up? You know, like the box break gets filled up that way. We can always do that, but I don't know. It's kind of like the mega break. I feel like it's almost like if you need to do that, you're in a bad situation already. Just 12 boxes a Dan to Dan. Why Schwoz? What a beautiful card, low-key. Like the stream. Damn, almost 90 viewers. I'm telling you, we were opening up a pack of Gym Heroes and people were sticking around. So when you start opening up vintage Pokemon, people stick around. They want to see it. They go, hey. And then what you see is you see the people coming in but not leaving. Because people come and go all throughout the stream. That's how it works, okay? I missed it. How much for a spot on the Ancient Origin? Hey, so the Ancient Origin shall be $25 per spot. Could pull a card out of here worth $7,000. So it's a pretty serious booster pack these days. Not like in the past when it was much cheaper. Here's the jumbo pack break. A day has gone by. I suppose we need to add something to this, huh? Breaking Bad, Final Fantasy, Animal Crossing. Nobody has jumped in here yet. So we need to add something to this break. Wonder what we should put in there. Pop this over here. Okay. How about how about one of these Donald Trump packs? You know, we were opening this last night. So here's a $10 boost to the break. Jumbo pack break just got $10 more valuable. So now you're getting a better deal when you jump in there, okay? We can't do that infinitely, but we can do that a little bit. A little bit. What is this music, dude? It's just bad. All right, guys, I'm turning on 9 Inch Nails. All right, guys, I'm turning on Alexandra's favorite music, which I don't know what it is. 2 hours of happy and underrated Kirby music. Yeah? I guess. Best item on the menu, in my opinion. Free! Center that pack, mister. Well, it is centered. Oh, you mean put it in the center of the table? All right, there you have it. Beautiful. One question to the One Piece collector. Should I grade the OP13 promo cards? That's a 6 Snorlax. Yeah, actually, he's a really good price, in my opinion, too. If you take a look at him, he's actually from 2019. And so that's like 6 years ago now, right? We're in 2025, except we're also about to head into 2026, which would make him a 7-year-old card. 7 years old. That's old now. It's old. I'm old. I started this channel 7 years ago. I'm feeling old. All right. Yeah, it feels like just yesterday, to be honest. Doesn't it feel like just yesterday that Snorlax came out? Back then, there wasn't really alt-arts in the sense that it was like your major pull back then was the rainbow. So the rainbow rares, those were the chase pulls. They were the top of what you were going to get. Carlton Wicks is here. He wants a Poke Shuffle and an Ancient Origins spot. Oh, so you just placed this order. Okay, cool, man. So Poke Shuffles loaded with slabs, and I mean loaded. Truly loaded. You seem like a businessman. What do you think of the new Mega Charizard SAR? Worth holding or sell? Hold. Like, it's a great looking Charizard. Boop. One cold. Wow. These gotta be hot right now, in my opinion. The Poke Shuffles feel hot in my mind. There it is. One cold one. One Ancient Origins spot. Let's set you up over there. He's a fantastic looking Charizard. I mean, you guys should be opening Phantasmal Flames trying to pull him, to be honest. My price is probably off, though. I think I heard that the price of the booster box went down. I just haven't changed my price. There we go. That is one problem I run into, is I don't keep up with the prices as easily these days. I got too many products on the menu. Everything's changing. It's like up, down, up, down, up, down. It's so rapid. Wish I had like a computer software that could detect it and change it automatically. So there's Carlton, and we need the baggie. Where do we put it? It's not back in the... I didn't put it back in here, did I? Yes, I did. You're the first one in, Carlton. All right, cool. So there's a chance to open some Ancient Origins, which is now sort of in that strange category of being pricey. When I bought my first box of Ancient Origins, probably like 5 years ago, the whole box cost about $400. Today, this one pack will earn me $250. So we'll have paid off the box in 2 packs. All right, here's Thujipan. What's up, man? He wants into the jumbo pack break. I don't think you said that right. So this is the jumbo pack break. This bad boy over here. Now, he's 40 bucks. Okay, he's 40. That's the pack split. A little bit different. It's called the pack split, but I think that's what you want. It's the pack split. You got it, man. How's it going? I'm glad you're back. Mister, you got some My Little Pony? I actually do have My Little Pony. Yeah, I'm happy to sell My Little Pony to anyone who wants it, and maybe I should improve that part of my menu because I doubt other sellers sell it, and that's their mistake to not offer everything that people might want. So here's a cute pack right here. This is Animal Crossing, and it's also an amiibo. So the cards count as amiibos, and this is a $10 pack. So that's $10. We have this Hello Kitty set over here, if you've never seen this before. But this is actually pretty high quality. It's Weiss Schwarz. And I believe it's really reasonably priced. But that's, let me just double check that. Hello Kitty is $6. Man, I almost feel like raising that because I feel like I should restock these and just keep grading them myself. So there's Hello Kitty. Keep that on the screen for you. Now there's another Hello Kitty set that you might not be aware of. It's this one over here, printed by MetaZoo. This is a Kuromi set. I think Hello Kitty's in there somewhere though. I'm gonna show you all the cute sets. Are you ready? So we're showing you the cute sets. Now what's surprising about this one is how affordable it is. It's 2.5. Okay, so that's 2.5, much cheaper than the Weiss Schwarz, 2.5. Now I think yeah, here they are. So the My Little Pony packs, they're surprisingly expensive. They're printed a long time ago. And where would I find them? Probably in the other card set menu. Yep, My Little Pony base set. This is the base set. So that's the oldest booster box for this product. And they had a whole series of booster boxes for these little My Little Pony sets. So that's $10. Here's a fun fact. Back in the day when I first ran into this product, a whole booster box could be obtained for 30 bucks. So after 3 packs of these sell, the whole box is paid for. Shows you how cards can change in price over time. So there you have it. I'm curious though, what is that? What is that My Little Pony set going for now? I haven't checked in a really long time. My Little Pony, let's see, My Little Pony Premiere, is that what I should type in? Premiere. All right. And then let's type in box maybe. All right, so I don't see one for sale. Here we go. The cheapest one is located in the United Kingdom. Now here's one. Okay, here's one in the U.S. where the import fees will be lower. So this one in the United States is $300. Oh, wait a second. It gets cheaper. Okay, I've got it sorted by most expensive. All right, the most expensive one is $300. So it looks like My Little Pony got insanely expensive at one point, and then it went down in price. What is this? So this one claims to be first edition. Is that true? That's really interesting. I'm gonna hit click. Stream only thing. It's just 40. Usually everyone knows. I must be blind. I don't see the jumbo pack break on the menu. Yeah, it's not on the menu. Some items are never on the menu. They're just on the table. Kind of like the way we price the slabs on the table. All right. So let me go in here. We're going to change the My Little Pony card packs because they have changed in price over time. They've gotten cheaper. All right, so My Little Pony packs shall be not $10, but $7. That's a pretty good improvement. There you go. I suppose at the time it reached $10 a pack. It was like, there was like a run on the My Little Pony cards going on at the time. And I just hadn't checked on it in a while. He needs a bigger table. Who needs a bigger table? So there you go. This is a more reasonable $7. There it is. So now you got some ideas. Pretty cute. Let me put these away. Well, maybe I'll keep these nearby, actually. The cutesy bag. Very good. I'll take 2 My Little Pony packs. Well, yeah, I'll set them over here, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and rotate this. We've got Zeraora. We've got Togedemaru. And we've got Articuno, Farticuno. Very nice. You guys take a look at those slabs. Okay, that was yesterday's order from LaFlame. Whew, that was a big order, man. Now, let's see if we have any website orders real fast. Click. Mark, he needs a bigger table, 40 per spot, mind you. All right. If you need me to adjust that jumbo pack break spot, let me know. Because if you really meant to get into this guy right here, what you need to do is send in $15 more, and we'll shift your spot over here, okay? All right. So we have just 2 orders to service. We have an Eddie Mendoza. Please send in my Dragonair to PSA for grading. Smart move. All right, let's go grab that. That's what I would do. Hopefully a 10 here. No, I sent 40 more. So for both. Oh, nice, dude. Sounds like we're doing both, guys. Okay. And now we're going to grab one of these. Oops. Okay. We got these lovely semi-rigids. Beautiful. Okay. Now look away, ladies. This is my 2-finger technique. Whoa. That's how we prep those sleeves there. Years of practice. There we go. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Tag or PSA? He said PSA. All right. Boop. Can you show how many spots left in the AO break? So for this, there's 8 spots left, if that's what you mean, the pack split. Now for this, we got this chunk right here left. Remember, Ryan Shapiro, he was the last one to buy a spot. He bought it outright. Love to see some other people jump in here. I know it's a little pricey at $230. Totally worth it. You're jumping in for the experience. You're jumping in for the memory, for the history of opening an Ancient Origins box. And it's definitely worth it, especially if the box is well-centered, especially if the box has a big hit in it. It could be a very, very crazy night. It's the biggest thing we're doing on this channel currently. I used the 3... Oh, I don't know about that. That's too much. The notice was too short. I saw it. Let's see. DR is good, but I would advise against it. Mega Dream is also really good, but the price of the box fell down. You could go pack split. Yes, the pack split's really nice. Pack split allows you to get in there without, you know, going insane cost-wise. Now, what's this? This is $16. It's not going to get any cheaper than $16. That's as cheap as it gets. We'll put a dot there. That is done rotating then. Here's Misty. We priced this for $30. I think that's actually a very fair price. Look at this holographic Misty, everybody. So it actually says Staryu, but obviously Misty's right in the background there. I call it Misty. There it is. Okay. Next week, if it doesn't move, I'm going to slab away 5 spots. Nice, dude. Yeah, I mean, if you take 5 of those spots, I guarantee you, with only 5 spots left, it's going to really excite people. They're going to be like, oh, man, it's close. I'm sure people are looking at it that way already a little bit. But they're like, maybe I got a little time left. And that's the way people operate. They go, maybe there's still time left to buy something else before I have to buy Ancient Origins, before it's all over. So people try to avoid buying it until they have to. How do I know this? Years and years of selling breaks. So those last couple of spots sell like fire, man. They just disappear, usually. The other thing, though, is it's just an expensive item. Not everyone has a spare $230 laying around. Okay. All right. Boop. And we'll grab this. The next box break, we'll do Phantom Forces. What do you guys think? Phantom Forces, I'll ask $15,000. That'll cover taxes. That'll cover PayPal fees and a little bonus. What do you guys think? Phantom Forces? What would that even cost per spot, I wonder? There we are. Beautiful Umbreon. Nice. All right. Let's see what's going on now. We've got an order from Thujipan. Sent the wrong amount earlier. Jumbo pack and Ancient Origins. Hell yeah, dude. All right, so that's the jumbo pack moving by 1. All right. Yeah, you know what's crazy about that My Little Pony set? That was one of my best appreciating items of 2024, I think. That was just last year. I bought whole cases, 2 whole cases of that base set My Little Pony, $30 per case. Now they appear to be selling for like $180 per box. So from 30 to 180, you do the math. Pretty exciting. All right. Cool, man. Thank you so much for that. Let's see what we have now. Happy Saturday to you guys. You know, we need to choose a new first-time order. Let's see. First-time order. Where can we pull something like this from? Roaring Skies box break? No, unlikely to host that. It's too cheap. It's too cheap. Ooh, this lovely Ninetales. That looks great. And then let's do one of these too. Okay. So if you are watching, you want to place a first-time order, we got a special pull for you right here. Okay. Good. Ooh. Okay, place your first-time order, get a free Ninetales. And then the other card is this cute. Wow, they kind of spread back there. All right, whatever. Put that there. Haha. Let's hit refresh. Okay. Click. We've got Mr. Isaac Thomas, one spot in the Jumbo pack break. All right, the Jumbo. Super popular. Good. You know what we haven't done in a long time? We haven't done a gym break. I kind of miss those. Do you guys miss the gym breaks? I got rid of them because I felt like they were redundant. Like there was no point to them, but I do miss them. I missed the little card game that they came with. This is the Jumbo pack break. Look at all the Pokemon cards in the back. Even this little Eevee Heroes. We've got Poker Trump now. Here's Disney Cardos. Here's a SpongeBob. Here's a Solo Leveling, Gundam, Hololive, Animal Crossing. That's base set Final Fantasy. That's a very expensive pack of Breaking Bad. They're actually $27 on the menu, but I lowered it to $20 for this particular break. So you're getting it cheaper in here. Rick and Morty, Season 2, $20. We got this crazy guy. This is nuts. You guys ought to just open this one because it's a good thing to open. So this guy, every card in this pack is gradable and is some cool freaking stuff. And then also The Simpsons Vintage Tops. The Simpsons. 2 spots left in this Jumbo pack break. Who wants to step up and lose $40? Who wants to have a little fun tonight? All right, very nice. You suck. No, I'm melting. Let's see. What a nice guy, Adrian. All right, there you go. You suck. I hate you. I hate you and I hate your guts. Excuse me. You found my weakness. Michael Spalding says 2 boxes of the Interspecies Reviewers. All right, you guys heard that. We got 2 boxes coming up. Interspecies Reviewers. All right, but don't let your mom know. There are only 4 boxes of Interspecies Reviewer remaining, and then it's sold out. Oh well. Here we are. CS Men, you wanna try muting Adrian for fun? You wanna know what that feels like? Watch this. CS Men, we'll make you a temporary mod. Let's see, add moderator, standard moderator. Try it out, CS Man. Go either put a mute on him or delete his comment. You have power. I want the hyena girl. There we are. Yeah, me too. She's my favorite. Kablooey. Okay. The Poke Shuffles are better than the gym breaks. I kind of feel the same way. Poke Shuffles and live customs sort of make the gym breaks redundant. And so there were just too many breaks on the table. Those girls definitely have back problems. Oh. All right. Okay. Just for a minute. Is he still here? He might have stepped away, actually. Ooh. Stepped away at the wrong time, man. Let's go ahead and pop this open. So once again, there's 4 boxes of this remaining, and then it's sold out. It's pretty cheap too, isn't it? Doesn't being an OG viewer get me some powers? Yes! You know, CS Man's an OG viewer. He's from like 5 years ago. He just took a break, but he remained subscribed. So he came back later, and now he's like, I think he's one of the biggest customers right now. Him, John Lucas, Brett Love, Sarah Dusenberry. We are. Mr. LaFlame was the top customer in 2024, I think. Him and Jennifer Yap. Here we are. He popped in tonight, LaFlame, yesterday night, LaFlame did, and outright bought a box of OP13. That was really fun. I would hope that he was going to pull a manga, but every box can't be a manga. It's just that way, isn't it? I remember he was going crazy. He did really well sometimes, you know? Like, he pulled that manga from OP5. He did pull an Umbreon. He pulled a double crown Pikachu. We had some genuinely special moments together. It is. All right. Ready? So with this set, if you pull a sexy card, you just get that card. It's not all about the holo or the let's say the textured card in the back. It's just in general the sexy cards. Okay, like this one or this one. So you could end up pulling a lot of cards from this set. Okay, here's this character. See, that's not even sexy. That's supposed to be the hit. Okay. Guess that's the hyena girl. Here's some sort of fire molten lava girl. Boop. Okay. Some kind of gigantic eyeballed girl. You said you liked the hyena girl, or was it somebody else saying that? All right. We had some special moments together. That's right. We've had special moments over the last 7 years, guys. Can you believe it's been 7 years? 7 long years. It's kind of crazy. There it is. Okay. Here's... By the way, if you're looking to edit videos, I am looking for a second video editor. We have a YouTube channel, a bonus YouTube channel called TheCardconomist Clips. And I kind of want to set somebody onto that channel working on it. So I don't really even know what we're going to do on that channel. Actually, I guess the absolute... Whoa! I guess the absolute goal would be to grow that channel as fast as possible. So, you know, I'd love to hear your ideas, but then also I've got my own. But I'd like to grow that channel. I'd like to reach out into types of content that we currently don't post. So what Mike's side does, he likes to take the highlights from the stream and he likes to turn those into videos. And what I'd like to see happen, I'd like to see stuff he doesn't make. Maybe like a monthly recap is made. Maybe he did do a monthly recap back in the day. It just performed so poorly that we decided not to post those anymore. The monthly recaps. Here it is. But there's monthly recaps. News. Pokemon news is actually one of the biggest things I'd like to have somebody edit. So that was a big deal back in the day on the TheCardconomist channel. News for Monster Hunter. So if you're the kind of person who can create and edit content within minutes of it breaking, you know, like the news breaking, you might be able to make money just posting videos. Oh, he's back. CS-Man, you were supposed to... I'm stealing it back now, CS-Man. All right, CS-Man, I had made you a moderator for a second there so you could go mute a guy. If I kept a couple sealed, I would have made so much money. Oh, yeah, you'd have made... Well, that's true for everybody, so don't feel bad about it because nobody knew what was going to happen. Here it is. It's just luck, man. It is. This is the cover art. Here's this. Konnichiwa! They feature that a lot in anime. No, I want mod. You want to be mod? What do you guys think? Which mods are here right now? Are there any mods here right now? The problem is, CS Man, what if I want to yell at you? Being moderator comes with some rules, basically. You can't be too uncouth. You don't seem uncouth, though. Crown Pikachu, Rocket Mewtwo, Master Ball Gengar, a couple of the large moments of me with you. Oh, that's nice, man. Aovic, hey, what's up, Mr. Aovic? Do you remember the HV Zard sacrifice? Hidden? Oh, yeah, we still have that. Do you guys want to see that? Whoa, she's just like naked. This is Interspecies Reviewer. We have 4 boxes left, and then it's sold out. You just get all the sexy cards from here, so you might get, you know, most of the cards from the pack. Okay. I think she's nude here, and they're blocking out her parts with those images. Is that how it works? Hey, we're back up to 70 viewers. You're all dirty anime watchers. Here we go. What are you guys, nerds? I'm just kidding. We are. Whoa! Here it is. Doobie 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 doo. This set is crazy. There is a chick as a dog. What's going on? Oh, it's some super lewd anime. Oh my God, this is your hit this time. The fat little fairy. She got love handles. All right, now. Okay. Very nice. I'm only here for My Little Pony and Snoopy. Yeah? It is. Very good. When was the first time you ever watched a Charlie Brown show? It is. Big Charlie Brown fan? I like Charlie Brown. There we go. So there you have it. That's 2 boxes of Interspecies Reviewer. The order is complete. Wow. Seems pretty ridiculous. So those are the hollows. I was 4. Wow, that's a long time ago. There it is. 4. Now you're at least 29. Let's see. Ooh. I'm a dinosaur. I'm heading toward 40. I can't believe I'm heading toward 40. It's so crazy. I don't feel like it even existed the last 6 years. I was so busy working. So, Michael Spalding, Mr. Michael. It's time for me to start going out on cruises, guys. That's it. I'm buying another boat. Open my Poke Wallet. We're getting a boat. Mr. Michael, did you need a new bag, Michael? 6 days until 40. Sad face. You're ahead of me. You're like my oldest sister's age. Let's see, if I'm 36 right now, then I have one sister who's 37, and that means my oldest sister is 39. 39. Let's see. Ah, Mr. Michael. Pre-existing bag. Sell all your ponies and buy Carnival Cruise Line. I like being uncouth. I'm at the age where I don't care. I can't believe I've never pulled that Dialga Palkia from Cosmic after opening all that. Yeah, well, you know, we can... you want to open a whole box of Cosmic, take a stab at it one last time? It is. Sure, there was a guy who was talking about potentially trading me a Cosmic box. There we go. Any close breaks? Yeah, well, I mean, sort of. Take a look at this Gengar real fast. Oh, not this guy. Well, he's 9 spots away. The question is, why wouldn't you jump in this? It's one of the most incredible breaks on the table in the last year. But look at this. So this guy's got 3 spots left, but it's only $20 a spot. So he's very easy. So that's $20 a spot on that guy. And then that's a giveaway. The pack split just started, but there's already like 2 or 3 people in here. It's only $25 per spot. This is 13 spots, so he's got a way to go. Actually, 13's not much these days. 13 spots is easy. I guess the closest break is this one. The Jumbo Pack break has 2 spots left in it, so it's quite close. Ta-da! But you never have to join a break if you don't want to risk your money. You can always just open up a regular booster pack. So we got all the same booster packs as everybody else. You've done some movie research. Where should I move? Okay, you want some advice on where? Well, let me ask you a question about your potential career. Do you have like a specific degree? Do you have no degree? You just do whatever you want to do? Let me grab... you don't have to answer that. Let me talk about it, okay? All right, so first of all, Natalie, let's grab your 2 My Little Pony packs. Natalie! Oh, Natalie. Sweet, sweet Natalie. She just wanted some My Little Pony, and she had to go through all that smutty dungeon stuff. Back then, it was $432 for a whole box. Yeah. Even back then, we thought that was a lot. Little did we know. Now it's going to be like $3,000 a box or some crazy thing. No degree, just been working 2 jobs, trying to figure stuff out. I want to start my own business. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Let's snip this. So you have the ability really to move anywhere this early in life. See, there's like times in your life where you can move around pretty easily. One moment in your life where you can move easily is when you're rich. But interestingly, another time where it's really easy to move around is before you've laid any roots down. So you don't have like a career like, oh, I'm an accountant at an accounting firm. If you're not at that point, you can go anywhere you want. So you can chase after opportunity in a place like Las Vegas if you wanted. Here it is. Here's Red Gala. Hoity-toity. Looking for Trouble, Rainbow Dash. Here's Pegasus Royal Guard. A Thorn in His Paw, Forest Owl. So these are $7 a piece, everybody. Pinkie Pie. Adventures in Foal Sitting. That's a common. Here's your rare, Gyro. And Event. And Event. Okay, so your rare is going to be this guy. With these packs, the way they work, you get rare cards and you get holographic cards. So since this pack didn't have a holographic card, this is kind of like a cold pack. That's what's going on here. So you got a cold pack with a non-holo rare. Maybe this pack will have a nice holographic in it. All right, let's see. You got the old lady. Here's Rubber Chicken. Here's this yellow one. Here's Winona. Here's Apple Brown Betty. Here's Pearly Stitch. Here's Who is Gabby Gums. Here's Rainbow Shine and Parasite Swarm, non-holo. So you got 2 cold packs, okay? You got 2 cold packs, no holographics in those packs. Set that there. Jumbo pack is $40 per spot. That's right, we don't post it in the menu. The jumbo pack break is not in the menu. One winner gets all those packs. That's right. The jumbo pack break is it's a gamble. It's a risk. If you jump in there and you want to be part of that jumbo pack break, there's going to be 4 custom boosters. Only one of the custom boosters comes with all the jumbo packs. All right, Miss Natalie. Ooh. So you got these 2 rare cards and then all these commons. You get to keep all the commons on these because I know people probably like that. Let's see. I don't think that was the original plan, actually. I don't think the original plan was to give all the commons away. I think those are normally treated as bulk. But I figure you probably want them. Natalie. Where will I find your bag, Miss Natalie? Do you need a new bag? Natalie, you need a new bag? I don't remember if you shipped yet. But I did not run into it instantly. So, Nathan. Aha! Here we are, Natalie. Here you go. All your cute little Charlie Brown cards. Those are cute, aren't they? And now you got some My Little Ponies. My Little Ponies. Whirr. Whirr. All right. I'll make some pony noises for you, okay? Some horsey noises. My cards. Mister, can you show me which of my Mega Dream Pulls got your 10 pre-grade? I'm thinking of doing a tag submission. That could take a while to do something like that, to show off all your bags again. Let me think about it for a second. You should just have a hits bag maybe, right? Go. Okay. Oh, here they are. So you better clip this, okay, see if you want to see it again. Looks like we didn't even grade these 2. We didn't grade all the Rayquazas. 10, 10, 9.5, 9, 9.5. No grades. 10 minus, 10 minus, 10. No grade. 10, 10 minus, 9.59. With the Golden Dragonites and the Gengar, you should just send them all out. No reason not to, even if they grade 8, 7, 9, 10, doesn't matter. They're so valuable that they're better off graded. There we go. Let's get a rotation here. Is he really $60? Oh my God, that's crazy. Here's this guy again for 180. I gotta get these guys together. Oh, well, I've lost them. Okay, that's no good. Pristine Meltan. I had a web buy. I'm wondering if it went through. Let me just double check that for you. We like to check the web purchases. I'm sending the 2 Golden Dragos. Yep, I see it. It says pending, though. Pending payment. The order has been received, but no payment has been made. Payment pending orders are generally awaiting a customer action. So it says pending payment. Let me jump over here. I hate that word, pending payment. I've heard it. It's always an issue, isn't it? But let me see. Why would it do that? I don't see an order for you through PayPal. So what could that mean? I wonder. On CASHAPP. Yes, CASHAPP's turn. Let's see. You ordered this 6 minutes ago. Miss Natalie is done. And then after Miss Natalie, this is 312. So this one's actually older. And then we have no PayPal orders. So the oldest order is this Jesus Gallegos order. Jumbo pack. Jesus Gallegos. Thanks, man. The jumbo pack break is just one of the most popular things we do every single time. People just love it. They just love it. They love the randomness. They love the craziness. They love the chaos. And Miss Natalie says, give me 2 of the Charlie Brown Volume 2s, which she had ordered right after. That's crazy, dude. All right, so 2 packs of Charlie Brown Volume 2. Let me go grab that. That's crazy. That's so much Charlie Brown. There they are, Miss Natalie. Look at him. He's getting whacked by a ball. It's now pronounced Jesus. What? All right, let's see. I need my figs. Let's go ahead and snip this. All right. Snipping that. Ooh. Very good. So what do we got going on here? We've got Lucy. Ooh. If the heart of a man is depressed with cares, the mist is dispelled when a woman appears. What? Okay. Here's Ba. Here's No, they said your subscription has run out. Wow. Here's It can have strange side effects. I thought you said look our best. Okay. Here's Charlie Brown on the pitching mound. I don't know. It just sounded good. How can you say I got it when I haven't pitched it yet? Don't say that. I was just getting comfortable. Oh, no. She's sitting in a chair in the outfield. Okay. Good. Ooh. So that's pack number 1. And remember, all of the full comics are on the back of those cards. Right? That's what's so cool about these. This is Christmas time. I think we sold the most Charlie Brown cards got sold during Christmas time last year, too. Of course, it might have been worse. I could have been a pair of goalie pads and got hit by pucks all winter. And the glove gets to have a personality. Here's Charlie Brown going, where? We're not in last place yet. She wants me to pitch? Pow. Oh, this is a classic. That's super classic. Oh, look at that. It's the checklist. Oh, that's cool, man. This, I could definitely tell why they would make this the checklist. That's such a funny looking comic. Currently, I have my Snoopy blanket and Lucy mug. Mister likes peppermint patty. Actually, Marcy. Those line drives will kill you. Here's, psst, you're the worst player I've ever seen. Ugh. Pow. Another pow? Is that also checklist? You got both the checklists. That's really interesting. Look at that. That's cool, man. The key is concentration. Very good. I have a Snoopy shelf, and I'm wearing my Snoopy pajamas. Whoa, you're really like Charlie Brown. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Yeah, if you got a shelf for it. All right. We'll place this in here. Thank you so much. I liked Pigpen. What? All right, Pigpen. He's stinky. Let's take a picture of these slabs and bring them down. All right, picture time. Click. Okay. Put that away. Okay. That's an M, this is an S, and this is a P. So these two go together. And this one goes in the M box. Let's grab some more slabs. We're nearly done rotating slabs for just the standard slabs. Oh, what is that? Oh, he's a 9. I got excited. I was like, we got a McDonald's Pikachu 10? All right, cool. Thank you, Natalie. Let's see what's next. So then we have a Lou Costa order from 310. Lou Costa, he says, for slab away and 3 more Korean Inferno X. All right, you got it, man. So the Korean Inferno X are $2 a piece, I believe. Do we need a fresh box of the Korean Infernos? Yes, we need a fresh box, everybody. Here's 2 of these. Thanks, mister. No problem. So Korean Inferno X. Let me go grab it. Oops, I'm going to pull this down if I'm not careful. Let me plug this in. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, it's right here. How about that? I had some in the room already. There we go. Ooh. You know what you need to do next, Miss Natalie? You need to send one of those off to PSA or to Tag Grading. No, actually, I don't think Tag Grading will accept them. So you got to send one off to PSA. It's exciting. It is. If you've never done that before. Okay. There you have it. Okay, fresh box, everybody. Ooh. That Gengar has 2 people in it. It needs 3 more people, and then he goes off. Next time, I don't think we're going to have that Gengar next time. It didn't really make any sense to turn him into a break. He's too cheap. He could have just gone into the Poke Shuffles. All right, here goes. One of the Snoopy cards for sure. Oh, yeah, Snoopy, huh? We are. Here's little Charizard RR. Okay. There we have it. Mr. Lou, nothing too crazy popping out of those 3 packs. So we're a little busier than I thought we'd be. I thought we wouldn't be very busy at all for some reason tonight. You know, I felt like yesterday was a bit slow, you know. But tonight's been busy as usual. All started when that vintage pack went off. Here's the new pack, Ancient Origins. This is like a 10-year-old pack, if you didn't know that. Ancient Origins, it's old. It's gotten old over time. So for slab away, $50, Lou Costa. Here it goes. Nice Charizardy. Likes are creeping up. We need some Kennedy quotes to get people rolling. Kennedy quotes. All right. So, Mr. Lou. It's going to be over here. And it's paid off. You're done. You actually paid off the Gengar. There it is. Boop. Look at that, everybody. Beautiful. That's pretty nice. Boop. We're going to hit save on that. Can I ship, please? Says Mr. Lou Costa. Yes, sir. So shipping is, as usual, it's $9. And unless you already paid for shipping. And here is this. Let me see if he's got the shipping on the bag. So it doesn't say you pre-ordered a round of shipping. So shipping, as usual, will be a $9 round. And you can email me your address to this gmail.com address, TheCardconomist@gmail.com. Okay. All right. Let's get a couple new slabs up here, shall we? What do we got going on? So we got this Secret Identity. Man, that is such an eBay card. This has got to go to eBay. I don't think anyone here is going to buy it. Trick or Trade Pikachu. This already has a dot on it. Oh, right, because we repriced it the other day. This is a nice card. I could send this off to PSA Vault. Do I? I say we do. I don't think you guys are going to buy this. Okay. It's a really good card. That's why I was tempted to keep it here, but I don't think you guys are about to buy that. We were trying to sell this Majestic Dawn Diamond Pearl Raichu for $35. Okay. Maybe we lower that a little bit. It's going up in value. Oh, you like that Pikachu? He's cool, man. Yeah, he's cool. Real pretty. Okay. All right, that's a vintage Raichu. Here's our Simisear. I don't think you guys are buying Simisear. Come on now. Oh, that's so stupid. All right. What's this? Ooh, it's cute Pikachu. Can't really lower the price on it unless it's... So I'm betting we based this off of a PSA 8 price. Betting that that's correct already. We'll just let it rotate. Here's Pikachu from McDonald's. He's definitely not $54. Let's go find out what he really goes for. That's the one you bought off me. Oh, nice. Is it really? I need to make sure that we get that price on it then. I have to get that price or else I made a mistake. Okay, Pikachu. He could be a gym break. There's an excuse for a gym break. You need a guaranteed... Oh, this needs to say 020. Give me a second here. Give it the birthmark. The what? Nope, that's highest price. We want lowest price. Here it is. So, as a PSA 9, this Pikachu, McDonald's Pikachu, is still like $34. Oh, wow. So the 9 price didn't change as dramatically as the 10 price, which used to sell for like $300. Here it is. That's up to date. Who remembers the gym breaks? We'll host a gym break on this Pikachu. So this is Jungle Pikachu. He's the only gym break on the table. He's $13 buy-in. Your odds are 1 in 2. It is. Yes, that is a good old gym break. A little bit of fun. So let's see what's next. We have Mr. Jesus Gallegos. He says 9 English Prismatic. Whoa, this is a big order. This is a $180 order. Give me a second here, guys. Let's get this correct. So he wants 9 of the Prismatics. Whoa. 2 Journey Together, 2 Mega Evolution, 1 White Flare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Zelled you for some packs. Yes, sir. You certainly did. All right. Good. Oh, wait. The white flares in this box as well, isn't it? I just want to know when somebody's going to open some Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go to the polls. That set's getting real old. When did Pokemon Go come out? Is it 2024 or 2023? Because I feel like it's 2023. It came out in 2022? Look at that. 2022 it says. Is that accurate? That's like almost 4 years old already. It's kind of shocking. So the Journey Togethers, I believe, are over here. Nope. Guess again. Where are they? Where are they? Ah, here they are. 2 Journey Togethers. And 1 Mega. All right, good stuff. So let's see if we get lucky here. Need to do more pre-grading. Also, I need to find the Star Wars 10. Ooh. Star Wars 10. Let's grab this. You could take the 9s and send those out just to see what happens. Maybe you get lucky. One of the 9s turns into a 10 anyways. I send my 9s out anytime it's like a high-end card. So if the card itself is expensive and it's supposed to get a 9, I send it out anyways because sometimes I was giving out too harsh of a pre-grade and they still gave it a 10. Or maybe they misgraded it, right? Like you're expecting at least a 9, maybe an 8. But if they make a mistake in the grading and they give it a 10, well then you're good. So there's a reason to send out 9s sometimes. 9s. Zach Siebens. Here we go. Tossing this over here. All right, here goes. Good luck, man. And 2 surging. Is it? Let's see. Your order says 9 prismatic, 2 journey, 2 mega, 1 white flare. Are you saying surging was part of that calculation? I can start the math up if you'd like. Let's see. 13 times 9. And then Evo journey together is... Let's scroll back up here. Okay. Journey together is plus 16. All right. And then 2 Mega Evo. Mega Evo is plus 20. Plus 20. And then after that, we've got... Oops. 2 Mega Evo, 1 white flare. So 1 white flare, which is plus 12. Plus 12. Ah, you are correct. So there is some missing from there. And so that's going to be 2 surging sparks. I got it. No problem. It just wasn't in the note. So I did not know about it. That's Stellar Crown. Aha. Aha. Surgeon Sparks. You mean like my Darth Vader on the ship? Braver than most? I think TAG catch the print line. They probably will. Still, it's a nice card. You know, you'd be surprised. People will buy it as a 9. There it is. I've sold plenty of 9s. Oh, we've already trimmed these. I was like getting confused there. I was like, what's wrong with these bags? All right, here we go. Mr. Jesus. That's a $180 order, everybody. Pretty cool. Let's try this out. So what do we got going on here? Starting out with Cerulege. You got a Cerulege. You got a Boof. Here's your white flare pack. Okay. Samurott. It's kind of cool, I guess. Here's your Mega Evolution. Coming with the little Mega Absol, who is somehow even more emo now that he has a new Mega Evolution. And then here's Journey Together. They got these Z Evolutions now. What do you guys think of those? And do you think that means Charizard's getting a Z Evolution? I don't think they've revealed that yet. Here's Noibat. Look at that Noibat. Hey, mister, how's your eBay doing? Busy? Question mark. My eBay? I mean, pretty much. Today we didn't sell anything, but it kind of works that way. I haven't listed anything new on my eBay, but the last, like, 2 weeks, a bunch has sold. Actually, I can reveal some data if you want. You want to see? Let me go to my eBay. Here's a fun little piece of information for you guys. So it says in the last 90 days, I've sold 8,200. That's a pretty interesting number because it includes like a whole month where I didn't sell anything because eBay was like, you need to upload your business documents. And I couldn't figure out what they were talking about. So like for 1 whole month, we didn't sell anything because they paused my account. Here it is. Very nice. So we make a little side money on eBay. Your little Umbreon hollow in there. Okay, and your hollows. Here's Professor's Research. He's got to go in with the hollows because we don't like them. Here's Bunnery. Here's a little Iron Hands. Is NHCC is here? I don't think I've seen him tonight, but I did create a label for his slabs. So his slabs have a label now, which is something we've been meaning to do. Here's a little Pokeball Suicune. He's pretty cool, isn't he? Okay. And here's Explorer's Guidance. Man, those cards just suck so much, dude. Okay, I'll put those in your hollows pile. Okay, Espeon. Here's Regigigas Roaring Moon. Here's Eevee Noctowl. Ooh, yeah. And here's Badu Espeon. Oh, baby. Oh, wow. Once again, you gave me inspiration. Thanks. Oh, for the eBay? Yeah, eBay is a serious place, you know. eBay takes 13%, but they get your stuff sold. So it's like paying a real estate agent, you know. You can sell your house yourself on your, you know, own, or you can have the real estate agent list it to their group, and then it sells a little faster. So, you know, eBay gets to take a big chunk because it knows it shows your items off to the world. So you got Espeon, you got Suicune Pokeball, Iron Hands, Noibat, Mega Absol, and Cerulege, and Espeon. Overall, that's pretty rough. What do you guys think of that? You guys think that's a rough round? Let me get you a bonus, okay? I'm going to get you a bonus. We hand out bonuses from time to time. Let me get you a little bonus, shall we? How about this Charmeleon? I like you, Mr. Jesus. And then here, take this little Hammer Brother. That's a gradable card. We've already tested it out. PSA does grade these. As a 2010 Nintendo Mario poker card, I'll be grading up some of those poker cards. I already have, and they all sold basically. Pretty fun. Mister, is it possible to switch my slab away from the Houndour to the Burger Chew? That one right there. You want this $34 Burger Chew? Is that what you're talking about? This? It's possible to do that. There would be a fee incurred, though. I think it's a $5 slab away fee would be lost. Now, let's put this into your bag. Let's go find your bag. Let's see. You're pretty new, right? Let's see. I'm trying to find your bag. Ugh. I don't think he has a bag yet. Look at that. That's an expired bag. Jerry Gallardo. Jerry said, have my cards, Cardconomist. I bet it keeps Alexis running around. What keeps Alexis running? I keep telling Alexis to stop running around. She needs to relax, man. Goes. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't say anything like that. Here we go. All right. Does someone else grade my thick helmet? Thick helmet. PSA slabs are not so great. I want to preserve the helmet. You don't like the PSA slabs? I mean, they're all right. Thick helmet. Oh, my God, dude. Okay, this will say 12.25 because we're in the month of not September, December. There you go. There's your baggie. And we'll put it right there. Weird. I feel like he had a bag. I can't remember now, actually. Jerry Gallardo said, I have a bag from last night. Ah, okay. We're going to go find that bag now. So those are just some bulk cards. And these are honestly some Sticky Tops cards. I can see from here they're sticky. So he said, I don't want these Sticky Tops cards. You can have them. That's great. So, Mr. Jesus, let's go looking for that bag then. Wonder why I didn't run into it. Maybe it got put in the wrong box, actually. Jaded Jalen J. How about this one? Nope. I wouldn't say so there. Jared Line. Jack Woodworth. Those seem to be all in the correct place. Love you long time. Opinion on PSA regrading 9s into 10s. Yeah, we talked about that multiple times on this channel. I personally feel everyone's freaking out over nothing. We have a Jesus Aguilera. That's right in the front of this box. Jesus Aguilera. I hope I didn't put your cards into this bag. I didn't do that, right? Let's see. Because you have the same first names. I've done that before, okay? Jennifer Yap, Jesse Salinas, Jeffrey, Jedediah, Jesse Fletcher. I don't see a bag for you at all. Ugh. So I either put your bag somewhere else, or maybe your cards are in here potentially. Let me open this up, just show you what's in here real fast, just to be sure, okay? Okay. You said you already had a bag. That makes sense to me, too. Wait, did you order a round of shipping? You didn't order a round of shipping, did you? You ordered a round of shipping, didn't you? That's what it was. I feel like you did. Yeah, you ordered a round of shipping. That's why you need a new bag. Actually, that bag hasn't gone out yet. We might be able to combine this with those. I won the slab. I did. Ah, okay. I was getting a little nervous there. I was like, I lost this bag. No, but your bag's sitting in the shipping area. That's why it's not here. So we might be able to combine this with that bag up to a point. There's a point where I have to print a new label because the weights will be wrong. Yeah, it'll be too heavy. So we'll set this here in the shipping area to the side. Okay, set that down for a moment. Congratulations on that slab win too, by the way. That was really cool. So we got some cute Pikachus here. Let's take a look at the oldest order. Make sure we're doing these in the way that people have to wait the least amount of time. So that says 327. This one says 327. And let me hop over here. Let's see if this is still pending. Is it still pending? So the one you placed on the website is still pending. So strange. And then when was this one placed? Ah, this is the oldest. So, hey, it's Mr. CSman, in fact. He says 2 cards to tag. $28 for you to decide which 2 cards I sent. LMAO. Let's see. I would love, like, colorful cards. So, hold on. Let me think about this. So, you sent a bonus $28. I don't, you don't got to tip me $28 to pick your card out. We can just grab this. So, 2 cards to tag. I'll pretend these are my cards. You ready? I'll pretend these are mine. So we are 100% sending this guy. And then we're sending that guy. Now, you almost sent enough money for a 3rd card to go out. Why don't we just grab a 3rd card and send that too? I would send out the Marnie next. This guy says it's probably a clear 9. Yeah, I can see the off-centering. So I know you probably don't want to be disappointed with the 9. But if it was my card, I would definitely be sending it. Because I'll be like, it's too expensive not to grade. So those are your choices. I'm going to, instead of accepting the tip, I'm going to tip you $2. We're going to get 3 cards out, okay? God, I got to help you get your money's worth. I like to see you guys profit from your pulls to some degree. I don't like to see you guys lose money opening cards. And I know the grading process is a part of the profit. So I don't like to raise the cost of grading on you. You just spend that money again with me on another product sometime later, okay? I'll still make I make a little cut anytime you do anything. All right, so we grab this Marnie out of here. Read my message. Also, thank you for the tip. He says, wait time out, mister. I would like less expensive cards. I doubt those 2 will get 10s through tag. It's possible. It really is possible. The thing is, let's say this does grade down to a 9. It should still be graded. Now, if you prefer PSA, we can hold him for PSA. So it's perfectly fine to send this to PSA. And then this one, was there something wrong with this? I don't think, it looks like it just never got a pre-grade. So this one seems fine. Yeah, this card seems pretty good. Okay, the edges on the top aren't perfect, so you wouldn't send it to Beckett anyways. Beckett's not going to do you any favors. Yeah, I'd send this one out. The mister chose the right cards. Yeah, so 9.5 means that it might get a 9, but it's like it's still worth it. Like, you don't want to miss out on testing for a 10. That's a very important step to test for the 10. It is. Yeah, like you don't want to... If you want to sell this raw, I'll buy it from you raw, because what I'll do is I'll immediately go test it for 10. Not the Gengar, though. Pink or purple card, maybe. Okay, we'll do a pink or purple card. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to grade this card at all, or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's you want to test it out on your own when it's in your hands because it'll be cheaper to test it. All right, let's see. That might be it. Here's this guy. He's pretty cool. 9.5, 9.5, 10 minus. Ooh. Okay, so my next one would be this Charizard then. Inferno X. All right. Okay. I'll send you $2. What? Nah, you just send that next time, okay? Send that next time you place an order. You don't got to send it right now. It's not a big deal. You know, PayPal will just take a bunch of that as a fee anyways. Friggin' PayPal. All right, here you go, Mr. CS Man. So you just send me that $2 a little later. There we go. Good stuff. Okay. That gold card would look great in a CG Black Label SGC. Nah. I would agree with you, but SGC is just not popular. There's nothing wrong with them. I've graded with SGC multiple times. And they were fast. They were precise. They felt like every grading company, you know. They're owned by PSA. So there's nothing wrong with SGC. People just don't like them. And so to me, that definitely spells out that people don't like the way it looks. They don't like the holder. There you go. Very nice. Okay. That was the better Gold Dragonite, correct? They're pretty similar. They look pretty close to each other. All right, we have Eddie Mendoza finish the Gengar break. All right, he's taking a 50% shot at it. I'll just get the coin out, Mr. Eddie. All right. EM. We'll put you down as EM. EM. All right, sent you a Cash App again. Sounds good. I'm sure it'll be your turn very soon. We're just doing these in order. It is. All right, so this Gengar never needed to be a break. It's kind of silly that I did that. That's a fractional star spot. Remember those? There are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's our custom boosters. We got to build them up. Oops, come on now. Throw that away. Is the Legendary Collection Gengar break still going? Yes, he's one of the most special breaks on the table that we've ever hosted. Even though he's not the most expensive break on the table we've ever hosted, he is one of the most special ones. And he's moving, but he's moving not as fast as something like this modern Gengar. Here it is. All right, so here we have it. Good. And set that there. We'll set these here. And let's start shuffling these. Here for the giveaway. Oh, yeah, we got to get the next spot in the giveaway away. Okay. You blessed me too much, mister. I'll get you a free pack for yourself. Well, you know, I try to be good with the prices. I try to stay competitive, you know. So, like, we got you a good price on the case. You got a very lucky case. You could have had an unlucky case, so keep that in mind. One day, just for, you know, be just as forgiving when the case is bad someday. That's the fact, right? One day you'll lose a bunch of money on a case and be like, damn, that sucked. But we try to do competitive pricing, and then I think that is important for you guys to try and make some money back on your cards too. So I try to help you with that too. All right, give me a number, guys. This is a giveaway channel. It kind of is. There's a lot of giveaways. Did they do a truck or trade this year? Yeah, I think they had something like that where we lived. Apparently, people don't like those because it ruins the old feeling of the 90s or, you know, back when people used to go home to home. But I suppose that's too much walking or something. All right, the names in the break, EM and Eric Rodriguez and Zach. Now I'm going to shuffle it behind the screen a little bit. This is an important step so your eyes can't track where the names are. That's to keep it truly random. Whoa. Yeah, let's circle a parking lot and take candy from strangers. I get it's whatever it is. People don't even have kids anymore now, huh? All right. Give me a number. I'm ready to make kids, man. I'm going to need 16 girlfriends. I can make 16 children in 1 year if I had 16 girlfriends. I've done the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's the shuffle. Now, you ready? Boop. We have Mr. EM pulling a common. Here's Mr. EM pulling the star spot. So that's the fractional star spot. Okay. It's getting a little scarier for you now, Mr. EM. Here's Zachary Stekskowski pulling A cold one? Sorry, Zach. Here's Mr. Eric Rodriguez pulling. Oh my gosh, he sniped you, dude. Eric Rodriguez sniping the Gengar. I almost call it Charizard. And that'll be Mr. EM. So EM, a little bit of a rough round. Think of it like you gave a Christmas present to Eric Rodriguez this year. That's so nice of you. That's so nice of you. You're giving some Christmas presents away. Eric Rodriguez is very thankful. He says, thank you, Santa Claus. Eric Rodriguez, by the way, Eric, you could keep this and give me the Gengar, or you can make the trade. By default, we'll make the trade. Iran seized an oil tanker with about 2 million in fuel. What, just now? I know they have, like, opposite time as us, right? Iran seizes fuel tanker. Probably because we just stole theirs. Breaking, Iran seizes oil tanker in Gulf of Oman. They did that 21 hours ago. Maj Taba. Who'd they steal it from? It seizes oil tanker for smuggling fuel. 6 million liters of smuggled fuel. Yeah, you know, I that's the big thing right now, I guess, with all these sanctions and everything. People are trying to smuggle fuel around in some sort of, you know, fuel black market. You know, that's what Ukraine targets in Russia. They take down their oil refineries. And the U.S. has made it illegal to sell fuel to certain people. That's why that other ship got taken by the U.S. because it was on the list of smuggling ships. So it was a known smuggling ship that would hide itself in the ocean. All right, so there is a partial star card. Let's get that set up. Waterbury here. Waterbury, where I live, has no water. Our water main broke. I can't use the toilet. Oh my God, that sucks, dude. That's happened to us before, sort of, when I was a kid. The news report would say, don't drink the water. Because the water would come in as too dirty. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, so that's called a partial star spot. Anyone can buy those remaining spots for $10 a piece. See that? 1, 2, 3, those are $10 each. That goes into the Blastoise. It's been 2 days and counting. Got to dig a big hole out back. Gas was $2.69 yesterday at Quick Trip. Thank you, Donald Trump. I don't think that the seized oil tanker would have anything to do with that, but yeah, oil prices are very important for keeping the cost of living down. Here's Snorlax. Yeah, that seized oil tanker is probably some nice free oil, but I mean, it's going to be gobbled up across the country in no time. Here's Glaceon. Oh, yeah. 245 here. Let's see. So, have you seen what the Somalians did in Minnesota? Did they do something recent, or are you referring to the welfare scandal that everyone has been talking about for a while? Yeah, that welfare scandal. We were talking about that yesterday, and some of the latest sort of like news was suggesting that Ilhan Omar knew about it, and she was receiving money directly into like her husband's business from some of the guys that were directly stealing millions of dollars. So it's looking like the reason she went from being worth nothing to being worth $30 million is because she was being fed money from some of the people. And it's almost like impossible to believe she didn't receive any of the money, you know? It's like, well, yeah, you kind of want your own person in power in your area so that you're never investigated. That's part of it, you know? You got to keep the right politician in power so you're never investigated. Here's Vulpix No Rarity. It looks like it was for sale for $30. Yeah, you get some kind of jerk Republican in power, and he might actually look into you and be like, ooh, you're kind of up to no good. It's all right. Very nice. It's crazy that Tim Walz was running, man. Tim Walz, he never would have. He would not have directed the DOJ, Department of Justice, to look into his own state's use of welfare funds. He would not have done that as vice president. So they would have just gotten away with it if Tim Walz had won. There it is. Very nice. It's pretty serious. Luke Costa, you're next. He says 21 Inferno packs and $10 for shipping. You're too kind. So here are the Inferno packs. Luke Costa, thanks for your patience. Whoa! One pack jumped. Here it is. Landed on top of the slabs, though. Here we are. Let's see what was in that pack. The pack that tried to escape. He would have pardoned himself. Well, I don't think it would have ever been known. It never would have been known what happened, because it really just comes down to the Department of Justice can look into whatever it feels like looking into. And so it might have spent his time looking into bad things that Republicans did, you know, or at least trying to find something, rather than bad things. You know, like, for example, before the elections, you'll all recall that they raided Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago, which I don't know what they were hoping to find, but they thought they were going to find something. It's very interesting that they didn't really find anything. I would suggest Donald Trump's kind of clean. So he got raided and they didn't find anything. They found like some, I guess, documents he wasn't supposed to have. Some, what do they call that? Some government documents that have secret information classified. Say some classified documents. And they're like, ooh. But then it turned out Biden did the same thing. And Trump was like, we're allowed to do this. And so they're like, no, you're not. And then they found out Biden had the exact same thing. He had classified documents in his home. And then all of a sudden it became a quiet topic. Nobody cared about it anymore. So he got raided, man. And so that's what the DOJ was doing under the Joe Biden administration, is they raided their opponent. And so now it's a different, you know, it's a Republican-led administration. It's a Donald Trump administration. He's got control over the DOJ, and he's saying, go look into this fraud that they're talking about in Minnesota. And what do you know? There's a real story over there. There we go. Billion, possibly multiple billions of dollars of welfare fraud. Pretty serious. All right. The saddest part is it stops that welfare from reaching truly poor people who are Americans, who really do have autism or really do need their children being fed. So there's plenty of outrage. There's a lot of outrage. All right. Amber Palm, let's get it, man. Luke Costa. Here's a cold one. Here's this guy, Molpeko. Top secret, classified. He would have pardoned himself. Yeah. Yep. That's, you know, the whole Ilhan Omar becoming worth $30 million. I think that's probably going to be argued that that was stolen money. I think also, so the White House, we talked about this yesterday. The White House posted the marriage certificate of Ilhan Omar marrying her brother, which had been kind of like a Republican conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. She really did it. There is a marriage license of her marrying her brother, and they posted it to the White House social media, like, here it is. So I don't know what happens now. Do they try to charge her? Will it even work? I mean, if they charge her and she gets charged in a court system, a court with like a liberal judge, they're just going to overturn it. So she's just going to be, you know, if that happens, they're not going to get a conviction. So I don't know what happens next, but that's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. That's marriage fraud. That's immigration fraud is what it is. So you're not allowed to cheat the immigration system to get a sibling in or something. But yeah, they posted, ooh, that's not good. You got the wrong SR. That's supposed to be Charizard. Let's see what else comes out of this box, okay? Oh yeah, the bunny. A lazy woman popping out multiple kids doesn't rate collecting any benefits. Yeah, I'm not going to hate on ladies for having kids right now. I think that there's a real problem with the lack of children, but yeah, it makes you wonder who else is abusing the system. I suppose you could argue that. If you found fraud in one place, it probably happened in a couple places. Come on. It probably did happen. So they'd probably investigate a couple places to see who else was running a similar fraud, you know, like strategy. I guess strategy is the right word. Empoleon. I would never marry my brother because I don't have one. We are. Welcome, brother. All right. Hey, what's up? I save Parsky. There we go. What's really interesting about the scandal in Minnesota is the amount of agreement between both parties that it's a really bad thing. So I see people, ooh, here we go, mega low punny. She's got sexy ripped tights when she's in her mega form, because she's definitely not just a furry, you know, girlfriend. We are. So, but you see people on both sides. On social media, people who are not politicians or journalists, you see people on both sides of the political spectrum very upset over this. Super damaging to the it's damaging to the argument for immigration. So now all these normal immigrants who didn't do anything wrong, they got to look like bad guys. Democrats who say, hey, why haven't you helped us all this time? Well, sorry, we're busy giving $1 billion to people who just got here. And Republicans who just really believe in law and order, they don't like it, obviously. They're probably the most rabidly angry about it. Here it is. So you see a lot of consensus, actually, from both sides that they're very unhappy with this. So there were 2 SRs in here. Ooh. Here's Wigglytuff. One of those moments where everyone can get together and light their light their torches and pitchforks. Ooh, beautiful. Very nice. But I've been seeing a lot of videos of people who live in Minnesota who, you know, maybe they live in the city or something, and they're just super, super unhappy. They're like, how could they do this to us? One of the downsides is now Minnesota has to spend more taxpayer dollars creating an anti-fraud system. There it is, because the previous system didn't have as much oversight. Oversight costs money, guys. You have to pay money to oversight something. It's like paying for security. When the old system, you just had faith in each other. And so it was very cheap not to have all this oversight. Now that you have to have it, you have to hire another department. Everyone's got to get money to get paid to do oversight now. And the job creation, the crime is creating jobs. Yay! So efficient. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hope you have a good day, Troy. Much love, bro. Safe on your way home. Be safe, Mr. Troy. Let's see. They got me working on Sunday. I wish I was home in my bed. Yeah. All right, Mr. Lou. What are you talking about? You don't want to be in bed. Get out there, man. All right, here's the dimensions. Get out there and make some Christmas money. I'm going to hit print. Do you want it changed to the 15th? Yes, I do. All right, Lou. It's going to calculate your postage. And have no fear, your slab will be added into this. Your slabs have your name on the back. So Miss Alexis organizes all that. Stolen oil tanker in Iran, huh? Crazy stuff. I don't think Iran's going to like us ever. I think they're going to... They've been quiet recently, I feel. But I feel like they're just going to build back and just keep being angry. It is. All right. Good. Well, I put a ton of parsley in that meatloaf. And so anytime I burp, I can taste all that parsley. There we go. It's a way of life in Iran. Maybe. Hopefully, you know, they're young people. They're vibrant people. They go, we want more than to just be in some sort of regional conflict. We want more than that. We want to live in a prosperous, productive country. So maybe young people can save Iran. I don't know. The old people, I want to fight about old people stuff. You know, like old ideas, you know, like my God, your God, his God. Oh, we gotta go to religious war. Those are old ideas, you know. Gotta let all that go. All right, Mr. Jesus returns. Mega Symphonia. All right. So that looks like 12 packs of Mega Symphonia. Is that right? Let me just double check. Oh, no. Mega Symphonia is Japanese. Right. So what you're really ordering is a whole box of Mega Symphonia. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go grab it. We took their Afghani weed and they're mad. Well, I'd be mad too. You keep your hands off my weed. Punk! All right. Here we are. So what do we got here? Before we start, let's get a couple slabs. Ooh. Ace of Hearts Squirtle. I think he's 250 now. Poker, playing cards, Squirtle. Just leave my sheep alone? What? No, this is correct. 200 is actually correct. This card is capable of being a slab away card. He gets the check mark. This is a high-end card, everyone. This guy, huh? Okay. So that's the 2023 non-cosmic hollow version of the same Pikachu. I think he's just a little cheaper. So he's a little more appealing price-wise. Okay. There's 74. Ooh, you think this has gone up? Let's take a quick look. PSA 10 Shining Magic card. Japanese. 150. No, 100 and no, I said 155. You know, I really like this card. I'm going to keep it at 175. I'm not lowering. I like it. I don't even want to sell it. It's a good card. That might be a good lightning break. Do we have a lightning break? Wait, the Gengar went off, didn't it? What do we have for the lightning break? Anything? We don't have a lightning break. Okay, hold on. Wait a second. Let me see if I can arrange this. This is going to be a 6-spot break, the Shining Magic card. He's the next lightning break. What a fantastic card to run a lightning break on. Okay. So this card is really nice. That's a full star spot for this one. And it's such a nice card because we are getting the 30th anniversary, and Shining Magic card virtually always does well. Okay. There goes. All right. New lightning break, everybody. Nice. That's Shining Magic card. He's seriously good. Now, let's jump back over here to our good friend, Mr. Jesus. Nice to meet you, Jesus. He's going deep, guys. I love it. Just de-leafed a plant, but I sparked 2. Burn 1 for me, bro. I haven't had none in months. There we go. Very nice. I heard that Trump is going to change the classification of weed. Who heard about that? Apparently, weed stocks are jumping as Trump decides to lower the classification of weed from being in the same class as heroin to being in the same class as like steroids. So that's really significant because at the state level, the states can, you know, legalize weed, but at the federal level, the federal government has not legalized weed. I find that very peculiar, actually, because the Democrats had a supermajority under Joe Biden, meaning they could have passed a bill legalizing weed at the federal level. They could have done it. They just didn't do it for some reason. Slipped their mind. And Trump's getting it done. So weird, because he's a Republican president, and Republicans are usually anti-drug. Pretty interesting. It is. But I think that'll be a popular decision. I think most people will have wished that he just completely removed it from the drug scheduling entirely so that it was just fully legal. But this you know, lowering in its danger classification is pretty good anyways. It's like a progress toward making it completely legal at the federal level. It is. All right. Okay. Put leaves in an envelope to Gavin and put Amara as a return address. They really need to do that. So many people getting charges that screw up their lives. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know how people get in trouble for weed these days. Missouri made it legal like 2 years ago, so I don't know what other states are doing still. There's probably some states in the union that still really hate it and keep it super illegal. To be honest, I tried weed finally for the first time. Like, I got super high. Like, I smoked a ton of it in one sitting to get as high as I could. And not worse than alcohol. That's all I got to say. Like, it makes you, makes everything kind of like spinny and blurry. I describe it as feeling like you're in 60 FPS. Like, normally you'd be in 60 FPS, but weed drops you down to like 15 FPS. That's what it did to me anyways. It also made my lower back feel tingly, where I normally have back pain. And it gave me slight nausea, and I felt like I was battling anxiety a little bit, but I have a pretty good brain for that, so my brain handled it very well. I said, that's the weed. And, yeah, so it just made me really, like, spinny, and everything was just, like, not running so well in my brain. Not a great feeling, by the way. I'm not into that, but if other people are, the only thing I'd say is you can't drink and drive. So you can't smoke weed and drive. And I think that's the rule in just about every state that has legalized it, I'm pretty sure. All right, here we go, Mr. Jesus. Let's get it, man. We're looking for a big hit from Mr. Jesus. Sounds better than most people's first time. Well, I did have went from 175 to 240. Well, now remember, Mr. Piasu, $40 of that is for the star spot. So it really went from 175 to 200, which is really only $15. But here's another thing you have to consider. When people place an order for an item, I pay a flat fee to PayPal, right? So if you think about it, there's 6 flat fees to pay if everyone orders just one spot and if they all order it on PayPal. So that's going to cost me about $3 in additional fees compared to if somebody bought it outright. So really, you're talking about an increase in price of only $12. Do I like that? Sure. I could have maybe reduced it by whatever the opposite would have been. So I could have brought it down to 160 and then taken on the extra fees. So I could have reduced it in like $20. But why would I do that? It's a really great card. it's one of my best cards. So you guys in the break will pay a small premium. It's about a $12 premium. And that's how it is. You're also helping me pay down the additional PayPal fees. But trust me, oh, here we are. You got your SRs. Kangaskhan. Do you think I'm becoming a millionaire on a bonus $12? How fast will that go off? Maybe like 3 days? I'm not becoming a millionaire on a bonus $12. It's just not a thing. Like, you could go work at McDonald's for an hour and make that much. You just don't get rich that way. I'll tell you what does get me rich, though. Knowing what cards to have all the time. Gambling on what cards to have in my inventory. That does make me rich. And so, it's like the little My Little Pony pack that I just sold 2 of them for $14. If I sell 2 more, the whole booster box is paid off. And I've got like 32 packs of it left from a single box. That makes me wealthy. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a little premium there. And it's not that crazy, is it? Do it for my Christmas present. Go, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. But, I give away cards all the time, too. And sometimes we reduce prices. Like, we round down, too, sometimes. It's just in this case, it's easier to round up than round down. It's a smaller amount. Here's Kyle Gray. How much would you ask for this next tax submission to be submitted in the next week or so? So I would be paying for your time and effort. I just want it out ASAP. You want it out ASAP? Ooh, that's a really interesting question. So it's sort of like asking if you can pay a handling fee to get priority work done. That's what you're talking about. Maybe $5. $5 and I'll have it out on Monday. How about that? But I was, to be honest, I was probably going to get it out on Monday anyway. So, Siesman, you could just keep your money, and I'll probably get it out on Monday. And then, but if you do $5, I'll make a promise. And so if you want to waste $5, you can waste $5. You can also jump to the head of the queue when we're live for $5. So if you don't want to wait for your turn when we're live, you want to go first, you can pay $5 with your order and go before everyone else. Just tell me that you did that, though, okay, so that we can look it up. You got the Amulets. I paid for shipping yesterday. Can I have these cards in that shipping? Yes, sir. We'll combine that. Let's combine these. I'll get you a free pack on Monday. Deal? That'll work. Yeah, if you want to. I prefer the cash. Here it is. Like, I don't open my own product for the most part because what if I pull a chase card and it's just going to look stinky? So I prefer the $5 cash. But what you can do is you can just keep all $5, and it's probably going out Monday either way, man. It's the weekend now. Sunday is Sunday. It's pretty close to being done. So, all right. When I was in a warehouse, some drivers were on pills. Far worse. Yeah? No, I mean, when I was really high on weed, like, I've tried weed, like, twice now. So I've tried weed where I was just a little bit high, and then I tried it again where I was super high. I smoked a ton of it. And when I was super high, I was like, you cannot drive under these conditions. No way. That'd be terrible. No one should drive like this. There it goes. If you're slightly high, I'm sure you could drive and be fine. Kind of like being buzzed driving home from the bar. Too much of it is no way. All right. I think that's that's become an excuse for police officers to check your cars. They say, smells like weed. Wow, these are some beautiful cards, aren't they? All right, so in this box of Mega Symphonia, you did not pull anything insane. And we're just going to toss these in here like this. If you want to go deeper, Mr. Jesus, I'd be happy to combine that too. So I have until Monday night to get more cards in the tag submission. I wouldn't phrase it like that. You have basically until tonight because there is no Sunday stream, and I will be working on that submission on, guess what, Sunday night when I have no stream to work on. So that's why it's most likely to finish on Sunday, because I don't even have to stream. So I have a nice open time slot to do whatever I want, and getting that tag submission out will be easy during that time slot. Well, we've been busy, boys and girls, haven't we, guys? What a great stream. Let's see what you guys are saying. So, that stuff stinks. I don't want to be around high forklift drivers at work. You know, it does smell kind of bad, Mr. Thomas. It smells kind of skunky, right? It has a skunky plant smell, but it can smell sexy too, by the way. I don't know if you've ever thought of that, but you know, if you're with the girl who's smoking weed when she's all turned on, you sort of associate the smell of the weed with the, you know, the sexual activity. So it can smell very sexy too, if you've never thought of that. Let's see. So, I got arrested on my 18th birthday over a dime bag that wasn't even mine, and they were assholes. That sucks, man. And it does suck because, you know, you got stuff like, you know, you got nicotine and you got alcohol, and those are totally legal, and so they just leave you alone. Of course, you're not supposed to have that at 18, but I think smoking, you are allowed to smoke at 18. I believe I smoked my first pack of cigarettes at 18. I wanted to try it immediately, and I hated it. Let's see. How do you see the $5 Q jump has been added in a list of orders? That's a great question, Mr. Modern R6. He wants to know, if I pay to jump the queue for $5, how do you know to do that? Well, you have to tell me. So basically you say, hey, I ordered a queue jump or something like that. I ordered a, I think we used to call it like Fast Pass or something like that. So nobody orders it ever. I never even advertised that we have it available. So you tell me that you ordered a Fast Pass because, you know, you can say like, I got to go back to work or whatever, or like I'm just on my break, and then we'll prioritize your order and get it done. Annie says moderation is key. No impaired driving. You're right. All good. Leave it at that. Exactly. I love the smell of weed. Says the Nevi skunky cat piss smell. Yes, something. Actually, I remember the first time I identified the smell of weed. I was walking in Main Street, St. Charles, and I was like, what is that awful smell? And it was a group of young teens, and they were passing a blunt around right in public, and they were sitting in a corner together at night, and I was like, that's illegal. Because it was. At the time, it was illegal. Mister, read my message. It might interest you. Oh, let's see. You said, bag check me if I have a contender, says Mr. Andy. Siasma says, hopefully I get that 10 on the gold Dragonite. I don't see any other messages from you. All right, let me check the queue, guys. I think the queue is empty, by the way. Carolina Herrera Cologne has weed notes. What's the jumbo break queue at? Here is the jumbo break. All these booster packs. And you have a 1 in 4 odds to take all of them. There's one spot left. $40. You might miss. 3 people would miss. Now, let's see. I'm just checking around for any other floating orders. Do I still have some pre-grade money left if you want? Let me see about the pre-grade money. There is $14 left, but we might not have time for a pre-grade if somebody sends an order in right now. We're actually close to the end. Well, let's just get started. Let's tell you what, if we just move fast, maybe we just stop talking about whether we have time left and we just start working on it. All right. It's a bit tricky to get it all done in time. But we already know you've got some hits, so let's just grab those hits and grade 10 of them real fast. All right. Oh, what? Maybe Nightbot canceled it out. Brown University, the Ivy League school, pew pew, 2 gone. Yes, I could definitely see. YouTube censoring you on that because it's kind of a, it's kind of a dark subject graphic, right? All right, so we're picking from here real fast. Now none of these are numbered, right? Yeah, none of them are numbered. And so let's just grab cool looking ones. 1, 2. I don't think I want to sort through them from best to worst. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because 10 is so many already. All right, so that's all you got left. So these are like rainbow rares is what they are. You ready? So let's try and disqualify them from grading 10. Let's get my marker over here. Actually, I'll put this box back up. Yeah, I heard about that. I saw some clips of that. I haven't heard of the shooter's motive. Did anyone hear the shooter's motive? Now, you don't got to live with that in South Korea. That you guys don't have that problem over there. Ta-da! I removed some stuff off the edge of the card for you. This one's actually really clean. Centering looks good. Okay. I'm going to give this one a 10. He's still at large. I like this one. Yeah, he's cool looking. Okay, that one's 10. Shooter still at large, guys. How crazy is that? Oh, that one's got a dent in it right there. That one's out. We're just going to write 6 on that because I believe that's going to cause a very bad grade to occur. Okay, we're just trying to disqualify them fast. Yep. Big horizontal print line on the back there. Okay, so that one's going to be 9. Could be an 8, actually. Just keep that in mind. We're going a little fast here. This one looks poorly centered on the front, but that could just be part of the artwork. No, it is poorly centered. All right, that one's going to be 9. You can tell because of the distance between here and here. Okay. That yoga is cool. Where does the phrase at large come from? That is a good question. He's not at small, I suppose, huh? Multiple print lines on the back. I'm going to say at least an 8. Okay. Slight print line, but not too strong. Multiple print line on the back. We just start with the back of the card. The back of the card usually is where all the problems are. This one's got a warp on the corner. You might be able to roll that out, though. Keep that in mind. All right. I'm going to put 9.5 on this one. I'll put 9. Sounds like code for big threat. Yeah, like large threat. This is that. Director Krennic? Yeah, ton of print lines in this. Ton of print lines. So the back of the card can have some serious problems in it, it looks like. This one has it slightly. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. All right. That's too bad. The back of the card is failing lots of these. Okay, this one's better. This one's way better. Checking the front. Okay, I'm going to hand out a 10 to this one as well. This one seems to be good. Better, please, a second 10. So we got all these ones that did poorly. We got this one that did well and this one that did well. Okay, so these are the ones that I'm predicting a chance for 10. Keep in mind, just because the pre-grade says 10 doesn't mean that they won't find something. So these can still grade 9, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, what's curious about these over here, though, I see strong problems with these. So there's just very little chance they would ever grade 10. Like this is just openly off center. You can see it left and right. And whatever's wrong with this one. So there you have it. There's some faster pre-grades. We didn't spend too much time on them, but you got 2 cards in there that look kind of good. So now you got at least 2 cards that look like they could grade 10. That's a 9.5. 9.5 and it says repair. So but here we are. We got these 2 pretty cards, okay? All right. Imagine grading only cost like $5. Wouldn't that be cool? Like if you could just grade all your pulls for like $5 each. That's too bad it's so expensive, you know, like $30. All right. So, Mr. Jesus Gallegos comes back. He says, Mega Symphonia, you got it, man. Another round of Mega Symphonia, everybody. I'm going to go grab the box. The big buyer tonight is our new friend, Mr. Jesus. All right, here we are. Oop, just bumped into that, didn't I? Ooh. Boop. Ooh. Snipping. Good. Oh. Okay. Ta-da! Thanks for smashing that like button, y'all. Hey, we did good tonight, man. We got all the way up to 55 likes. Very cool. Very cool. We did a little face reveal yesterday at 50 likes. Plug this in. Goes. Ready? All right. I revealed my hideous face. My disgusting face. Disgusting? It is. Okay. I looked it up. Comes up from a French word. Oh. Oui, oui. Poor France. So France and the Germany, they want to force guys to go into the military. What do you guys think of this? You know, they claim it's because they're worried about having to fight Putin. I don't think it's about worrying that they have to fight Putin. I feel like they're actually more concerned there's going to literally be like societal collapse in a minute if they don't build some sense of like national pride or something. I don't know. The leaders are probably concerned that they're not that far away from people just falling apart and saying, I hate France, I hate Germany or something, you know what I mean? Because when you send your kids into the military, the kids become all patriotic. So it's sort of like in a way, it's sort of like a re-education camp for kids. Here we are. Here's Xerneas. So I have a belief that it might not actually have a lot to do with Russia. Here's Ninjask. I have PSA slabs here, so cloudy, it upsets me. Oh, she's actually correct. You know, now that I think about it, I know exactly what you're referring to. You're talking about when PSA grades tag slabs. I'm sorry, when PSA grabs tops cards, the plastic can be very cloudy. I know what she's talking about. I've seen this. It really depends on whether PSA uses their heavy slab or not. They've got a new heavy slab. The heavy slab is more clear. They tend to use it on sports cards and tops cards now. So if you do send some tops cards in, they may be in the new slab. Now, what's nice though with the tag grading is it will always be in their super crystal clear slab. That's their standard slab. But yeah, PSA has a new tops-sized slab, and it's a much higher quality, and it's much better to look through. It is just helping you out on that. They announced that a while back. They just haven't fully transitioned into the heavy slabs yet. Ooh. I think they may continue to do the light slabs for some Pokemon cards. You know, like the rounded Pokemon cards like this one. And then they'll do the heavy tops holder for like tops cards, like tops chrome. Hence why I send Dragonite to Tag. Gold and clear would be so nice. Yeah, I mean, the funny part is I feel like Tag has the harsher grading standard. So if you get a nice Tag 10, you get a good holder, and you get a 10 that you can be pretty confident in. Here we are. But, you know, PSA has a really tough standard, too, to be honest. They both have tough standards, I'd say. PSA's gotten really tough lately. Mega Evolve. There we go. All right. Maybe pristine. Yeah, that's another good thing to point out. So with the tag grading, you'll always have a chance for the pristine grade. I think Tag's pristine grade is more similar to like BGS. You know, like CGC, they hand pristine out a lot. They hand it out to a lot of cards. And it basically, their pristine grade, yes! Mr. Jesus has gotten so lucky over here. Look at that beautiful Gardevoir, guys. Wow. Zoom time. Zoom. That's one of the reasons to open up Mega Evolve as well as Mega Symphonia. We have 2 more boxes of this in the current case, and then a new case begins, so you get another shot at these Mega Gardevoirs. So, but yeah, it's beautiful, man. Pop this into a little top loader for you. Except this is what you would call a side loader. They do the same thing. By the way, Mr. Jesus, if you ever want me to send this off to Tag grading or PSA grading, we offer that. $30 for Tag, and the turnaround time's real fast. Usually it's about 1 full month. And then PSA grading, which of course takes like 4 months, I want to say. PSA is a little slow right now. I don't know if you guys know that, but PSA is slow. They are real slow. They should have had an anchor baby. Who should have had an anchor baby? Germany probably is just forming an army in case Candace Owens ever exposes the Chancellor's wife. Candace Owens becoming Alex Jones is not good. I think that maybe she's making more money doing that. Maybe it's more interesting to her. I don't know what her motive is. But I think that she has very badly damaged her reputation as like a smart person, essentially. That was her brand. Her brand on the internet was she was like an outspoken black woman in the Republican Party. And so it was kind of a cool thing because you don't see that very often. And, you know, a lot of minority black women will be Democrat, not Republican. So she was this outspoken Republican black woman, and she built a brand for herself around that idea. And she's basically thrown that away now. Now she looks kind of like the class clown in my eyes with these crazy, like, oh, this and that. You know, she's Alex Jones 2.0. She's Alex Jones all over again. And Alex Jones should be Alex Jones. You know, nobody really respects him in the sense that he's somebody to take seriously for your politics. He's just this guy who does conspiracy theory. Funny enough, some of it comes true. Like you hear the frogs changing genders and all that argument. But, you know, it's not a good position to be in when you don't have to be in that position. Like, why would anyone want to be Alex Jones? You know, it's a really extreme title to be Alex Jones. But she's being sued now by, just like Alex Jones got sued for claiming that the children in the school shooting were child actors. Remember that? So she's getting sued by the French president, of all people, for lying about his wife being transgender. And she's going to be, in my opinion, she's going to end up getting sued by Charlie Kirk's wife, widow now. You know, she's going to keep slandering and keep getting, because conspiracy is very popular, I suppose. I don't know. But she's going to keep getting sued, and I don't know why she went that way. It's kind of tragic. It also makes you think about why she got kicked off of the Ben Shapiro's little group, whatever that's called. It's Ben and the one guy with the beard now. I want to know what he looks like under the beard. Is his name Mark? What's his name? No, it's called Matt. His name's Matt, isn't it? Yeah, it's Matt. He put out that one video. Did the jumbo pack break go off? It's close. There's one spot left. It's close. Candace has the #1 podcast in the country. Does she actually? I have never watched it even one time. But I run into clips of her talking. Here we go. I run into clips of her talking. And every time I watch it, I go, oh, no, dude. What is she doing? Mister, you do BGS grading? Yes, sir, we do BGS grading. We're due for a BGS submission as well. If you want to send anything off to BGS, I'm trying to remember. Did you pull something? You just pulled something, didn't you? I can't remember, actually, if you pulled something recently. Here it is. Yeah, we do BGS grading apps. Oh, it was somebody else pulled a red manga out of OP13 Japanese, which we then ran out of. Can I get these shipped with my order from last night? Yes, sir. Absolutely. One sec, I'll try my luck in the jumbo. Oh, the jumbo's going off, everybody. Here's a set you guys don't think to open anymore. It's the Pokemon Go collection. Pokemon Go has stamped cards in it. See? It's a nice stamp over there. And I like stamped cards. Stamped cards have done very well for me over time. How long are the BGS turnarounds? Terrible. BGS turnarounds are atrociously long. They definitely take their sweet freaking time, man. Doesn't even make sense because PSA grades, in 1 month, PSA grades like 1.6 million cards. 1.6. So that's 1,600,000. In the same time period, BGS only grades 75,000 cards. So they just are a smaller company. They're smaller staff, smaller volume. People really want the black label, but they are not on the scale as PSA. I mean, it's really crazy because actually CGC, they did the second best, and they did like almost 500,000. They did almost 500,000. So CGC is the more respectable company. And I said that for years. I said CGC is NGC. They're serious business. I said CGC is not going anywhere because of the dumb playtest mistake they made, which it was very dumb. But I said they're not going anywhere. That's NGC. NGC is huge, man. NGC, they're also the comic book grading company too. So it's a big sort of like system. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be around a while. And when I see a CGC pristine, I think of it the same as a PSA 10. I don't worry about it. I'm surprised people worry about it. But so it turns out they grade the second most cards of anybody. And then what's really fascinating is tag grading has beaten SGC now. SGC, which has been around for years, tag grading now grades more cards than they do. So tag's growing fast, and I'm sure they're eating SGC's lunch, but also they're probably eating a little bit of CGC's lunch, because I bet a lot of their buyers are former CGC graders and stuff like that. That's because their cases are very similar. So the CGC case and the tag case are very similar. Me talking a lot. Pikachu, go. The September sub is going to come back in February. No, it'll come back sooner than that. But yeah, it's taking its sweet time, man. It's coming back sooner than that. Okay, that's been updated. Good. SGC is faster and cheaper. I don't know about cheaper, but they are very fast. But you could argue maybe the reason they're so fast is because they're not getting any grades. I'm going to use CGC. I love the pristine labels. PSA is about to acquire tag. If they really do acquire tag, that would be something, wouldn't it? Mark J. Valerian, for you, mister. What? I just get a Christmas present? Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. All right, here, let's set you up over here. So after we're done giving away your Pikachu tonight, we still have to give away that Inferno box you're giving away. All right, so this will just say 747. Wow. Crazy, bro. Mark's been going nuts on giveaways. Here, we're going to give out one of these spots to our friend Mr. Jesus tonight. He's been going real deep tonight. So tonight's stream brought to you by Jesus. He's fairly new, by the way. Spot number 14 shall be... We're on spot 14, huh? So this is CS Man making it on the list. And spot number 15 shall be Hathim. He made it on the list. Now, I'm going to hit reset entries for these last spots, okay? So type in Mark at this point. So we just want the people who continue to hang out with us to be able to get into this. Sent in order. Nice. All right, so But let's make sure we do this in order. We got to go from oldest to newest. Joshua Whipple is actually next. He ordered a jumbo pack break. Here you go, Mr. Whipple. Boop. All right. And let's get say Joshua Whipple. Good. In total, I have 23 cards in. Damn. That's a lot, man. Okay. So here's the baggie. Jumbo pack break goes off again. It's easily one of the most popular things we host. I don't know why it's so popular. I have my theories, but you guys love it because it just goes off like clockwork. It is. It goes off constantly. Give me a second here. All right. So we're going to say we really just need this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Please, mister. Why are you saying please? There we go. Please what? In total, I have 7 in the September sub. Let's grab this. So we're stocking these up. Ow. Okay. That's over here. All right. Tired, man. Feeling it. Feeling the sleepiness. You know, Karis, it's because I didn't drink caffeine, by the way. Karis, she does not let me sleep on the weekend. She's like, you got to hang out with me. Just doing my monthly check-in. Carry on, mister. Hey, what's up, Mr. Guerrero? I'm glad you stopped in. Look, 58 months. He's been around for 58 months. You guys want to know how many times that divides by 12? Oops, that's times 12. Divided by 12. That's almost 5 years. Wow. Crazy how the time flies. Bro, please, bro, please, please. All right, give me a number, guys. Mark. Mark. Please, can I get a 1, 2? So there's that. Now, here are the names. Josh, Thujipan, Isaac, and Jesus. We take this behind the camera, so you can't see how I shuffle it back there. And now they're in the front. For these really small breaks, I'm just worried somebody will be so clever that they can follow the names as I shuffle it. All right, give me a number. Good luck, peeps. 1. Joshua Whipple. Oh, wait. Oh, it's his turn first. You know what? I was treating it like the trade break. I'm so goofy. All right, so Joshua Whipple goes first. All right, Josh, that's a cold one. Yeah, with the trade break, we just take the name off the top of the pile. Actually, a long time ago, about 2 years ago, that was how all the breaks worked. So the way the breaks worked in the past, your card that you get for being in the break is also the energy card. Now we don't do that. Now you get an actual card. Here's Jesus Gallegos. Oh, I'm sorry, man. You missed this time. You did good with the Gardevoir. You got very lucky with the Gardevoir, but you're missing over here. So now you're pull us that jinx. And here's Isaac Thomas. Mr. Isaac, let's see if you're getting lucky. Could it be Isaac Thomas? All right, Isaac Thomas, you pull the hit card. You can keep it or you can trade it for the jumbo pack break. And Thujipan. I'm sorry, Thuji. I think he's missed in here twice. That's tough, man. Mr. Is the results in for my 5.9 Oda Segi Luffy? No. Actually, you know what's so crazy? They actually just... They basically just checked that in. That's how slow the queue is for those. So we didn't go with like express grading on those or anything or whatever they call it. We just went with their bulk grading. And man, I thought there was even a problem with it. I actually emailed them, believe it or not. I asked them about the order. I was like, is there a problem with this order? They're like, So they're just backed up and not prioritizing that. They must be backed up like crazy. They're backed up and not prioritizing the cross grades. But I know what you're talking about, and I'm hoping that it does turn into a 10. The good news is that it did just make progress. So, again, like they just got it to the first step of the crossover, and it might be pretty fast now. It might be our turn. It might be pretty fast, because really it's just, I think it's just your 2 cards. I don't think I send any of mine in on that one. I think it's just your 2 cards. So it might go really fast at this point. Could be done in the next month, maybe. Actually, I wonder if I look into it, if they'll say an update, because I last heard about it like a week ago. this. It's sat in their, like, receiving area forever, basically. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's go over here to orders. No, it's in the research ID stage. But again, that's the first stage. And actually, we have an order that is still waiting for them to check it in. And so it's really kind of stressful. I wish they would do that now. Wow. Yeah. I got to warn you guys, PSA appears to be slowing down. They were already slow, but they appear to be even slower now. That is not good. Our submission from October is still in research and ID. That gives you an idea how backed up they are. Yeah, so we have an October submission. It's December now, and we are on stage 1, research and ID. Wow. So just another argument for potentially using tag. You know, it's weird. Tag feels like it's slowed down as well. So I'm not getting those tag submissions back quite as quickly. So tag is slowed down. Maybe we should open up some grading with CGC too. No, CGC bulk's pretty slow. I know that for a fact. SGC is fast. I know that. BGS is real slow. Basically, anything we do, it's going to be slow. But, you know, I think tag offers a good value, $30 for middleman with us. Because, again, we have a contract with them. And he said over the phone that they prioritize their contract guys. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing. We'll find out. All right. How do you feel about the whole PSA scandal? Do you think it will hurt them? I still don't know why people keep calling it a scandal. Because from my perspective, PSA basically, the owner of the company, PSA, I'm sure the shareholders, it's a private equity company, isn't it? And I'm really confident that they're making millions of dollars and have zero interest in stealing people's cards. They're just not interested in that. Like, I'm surprised people believe they were stealing the cards because there's so little money in it. But number two, first of all, you think they would steal something valuable. They didn't. They stole, like, cheap cards. Number two, why would they tell on themselves? Why would they go report that they, you know, oh, your card, you thought it was a 9, but actually, why would they do that? They would just leave it as a 9 in their system. They'd quietly hide it. So they're very bad thieves. They're not very good at it. You know, if I was PSA planning to steal a couple thousand in junky Pokemon cards when I'm a multi-million-dollar company, and it, you know, $1,000 is like a grain of sand of money, I would do it much better. I would have hidden it a little better. And imagine having to tell your employees to steal cards for you. I mean, who's not going to tell on them? Who's not going to whistleblow? So it's an employee accident. That's what happened for sure. Some employee uploaded it to the PSA website as a 9 when it actually got a 10. Duh. So that's what happened. And everyone's just freaking out like it's some huge scandal. It's not. They just, you know, these guys are paid probably like $20 an hour, $15 an hour. And he probably uploaded it as a 9, but it was actually a 10 the whole time. And so since it was uploaded as a 9, the guy said, I'll sell it as a 9. And then, actually it's a 10. Yeah, so that's what happened. I'm like 99.9999999% certain that's what happened. And everyone's talking about it like PSA is some sort of card thief. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? They probably don't even think about this. They're already making so much money. What is there to steal? It's like, compare it to me over here. Let's say I'm making, you know, thousands of dollars per paycheck, and then I'm going to, like, steal a card on camera in front of you guys, and it's like a $50 card or something. I'd have to be retarded or something to do that. What's the motive? Destroy my brand? Is that the motive? Make $50? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I've got this great thing going where I make thousands of dollars. Why would I throw all that away for a $50 card? It doesn't make... And really, to really compare that to the scale, like to truly make a comparison between PSA, you know, a true analogy, it'd be more like I stole a 50-cent card from you, you know, or a 5-cent card from you. I'm stealing, you know. And it's like if I told my employees to do... You think that the owners of PSA do the stealing? Right? Yeah, okay, listen, guys. We want you to steal the PSA 9s and turn them into 10s. It just didn't happen. The overreaction by YouTubers on YouTube is insane. That's my perspective on the whole thing. They want you to get angry. They want you to get indignant. They want you to click on their video and watch from beginning to end. They want to get their ad revenue. I get all that, but it's just crazy. Like, what? It's so obvious that what happened was PSA made a mistake. It's like black and white that they made a mistake. It's almost unbelievable that they don't make way more mistakes when you think of the scale of work they do. 1.6 million cards, and this happened one time. Like, holy shit, that's like crazy impressive that they only had that happen just now. And it was just like for one card or two cards or whatever. You don't understand how easy it is to make a mistake in a system, right? Like we did a little card grading. It's easy. You can make a mistake like that. So, you know, they're not computers. They're human beings working over there, and they're going to make some mistakes. That's just how it is. And you have to understand that and maybe be vigilant. That's what you learned is double check. If PSA buys back one of your cards for 9, better check it and make sure it's not a 10, okay? So this is the Marvel Universe cards, and this is Series 1, and they're really nice. All of these are gradable. Look at this. Every one of these cards can be graded. This is super, super vintage, printed in 1991, I believe. And all the cards are very pretty. Look at that. The goal is to pull a holographic out of here. So this, oh, look, it's Kingpin. This particular pack did not have a holographic in it. Maybe the next pack will. So if you were to open another pack of these, you might get lucky. But despite that, you can still grade these commons, and they still sell for enough money to cover the whole cost of the pack. We are? Did you hear about the news in Australia? No, what happened in Australia? Mistake? I love steak. What about all your pinched cards? Yeah, they pinch my cards sometimes. I got this Mewtwo over here I never claimed. Let me show you one. He's actually sitting right next to me. So I got this Mewtwo that they returned to me. And when it arrived, it was broken. So I should just claim that it's broken and ask for them to fix it. But I was too lazy to do that. I mean, that's an Ace of Spades Mewtwo. I'm pretty sure I can just pop this back out and then regrade it and I'll be fine. But that's going to waste some of my money. But I was too lazy to tell them that they made a mistake. And they make me so much money anyways. I was like, meh, I'll be all right. PSA makes mistakes. That is part of the deal. You have to accept it. You have to accept it. They're handling 1.6 million cards per month. Yeah, they should have a couple mistakes per month then. It's almost impossible not to. With that load of cards passing through their hands, there's got to be some mistakes. It's not fully automated by robots. Even the robots would make a mistake. You know, computers make mistakes. It's not common, but they do. That's why your computer crashes. That's why your internet goes down. That's why your video game freezes. Because even computers make mistakes. But so, you know, humans make a lot of mistakes. And if they're handling 1.6 million cards in a month, they're going to do something. One mistake they might make, somebody definitely has the job of uploading your grades to the website, and they screwed it up. So, oops. And then you sold it back to them because you don't want a 9, and it turned out it was actually a 10 the whole time. Oops. So that's a good, you know, he must have been paranoid to check, but he uncovered that that's a potential flaw in their system. And they're probably going to review that and say, how do we make sure this flaw doesn't continue to happen? They're going to have to add another quality assurance check to make sure it doesn't occur. But think about how hard that is to have a guy sit in a chair all day and he goes, all right, the website says 9. Then he picks your card up and he goes, yep, that's a 9. Click. Website says 10. Yep, that says 10. Click. Website says 8. Yep, that says 8. Click. Imagine doing that job. You'd go crazy. That's the kind of job that would make you go crazy. So it's tricky, you know. It's tricky to get that perfect quality. And they do pretty good for 1.6 million cards a month. That's impressive. But so, you know, every YouTuber has seized on this opportunity to make some sort of grand gesture about how bad PSA is and they're evil and da 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 da. It doesn't work on me. I'm too clear-headed about it. It doesn't work on me. I'll still grade with them. When the whole look at that bubble gum. When the whole what do they call that? The demo cards scandal came out with CGC. When that whole thing came out, I was like, I'll still buy CGC and I'll still grade with them too. Didn't bother me then either. So everyone was talking about CGC is done. They're out of business, bro. I'll never do business with them again. I was like, all right. Shorter wait line for me, I suppose. I'll do business with them again. I got a bunch of cards I want to cross to CGC. Yes. So I'm going to be doing that eventually. Playboy, Playboy, Playboy. All right, no Donald Trump in these packs. You can pull a Donald Trump out of these Playboy packs, and it's worth a lot of money. So if you open this for $10, you might pull like $1,000 Trump card. It has to grade well, and there's a chance for the rainbow one, which might be worth thousands of dollars. The standard one might be worth a couple hundred if it gets a good grade. All right, Mr. Is there progress on the September sub? I hope it arrived before Christmas. For what, PSA or BGS or something like that? Here we are, let's see. It is. All progress on the subs can be posted when they're finished. But yeah, I mean, they're all just taking forever, and it's just kind of how it goes, I suppose. They targeted a Hanukkah celebration on a beach. A Hanukkah celebration on a beach. 10 dead, 11 injured. Terrorist attack. Did that just happen like right now, are you saying? Here's Bikini Bottom. All right, I'm telling you guys, that's the #1 political subject of our times, is the subject of, you know, the diversification of your country. Let's see what it is. Australia news. 1 minute ago, 9 people killed in shooting at Australia Bondi Beach. Wow, they banned guns over there, so then somebody got a hold of a gun. Crazy. Well, we don't know who caused it. We don't know what the motive of the shooter was. So, you know, I wouldn't assume too much right now. It could be, I'm sure everyone's very curious who the shooter was and what that person's motive was. The shooter is among the dead. Damn, bro. So they know who did it, though, because he's dead, right? The deadliest shooting since 1996. A lone gunman. Oh, they're talking about the 1996 shooter. That really sucks, man. I think actually it kind of highlights how you can't assume that it's safe just because guns have been banned. That's what's crazy about the world. You know, like there was the attack in France where it wasn't even a gun, it was just a vehicle. That happens a lot. That happens in the German Christmas markets. German Christmas market, there's like a mass killing with a knife or a car or something like that. It happens like the Boston bombers. They used a pressure cooker to create a bomb. So you're not safe just because guns have been banned, although guns probably make it much easier to do sort of like a mass killing. Cold pack here. Okay, that pack is cold. So this Final Fantasy pack right here, this has a chance for a Cloud, and he can sell for hundreds of dollars in a 10. One was killed by police and another was arrested. Oh, there were 2 shooters. The most recent info is that 18 were taken to hospital. Apparently the shooter has been neutralized. Wow, that must be some big news for you guys, because Australia is generally very safe. Australia rarely has anything like that happening. And it's so sad because it breaks the illusion of safety. Here's Chocobo. You know, so, you know, you can take a lot of pride in the fact that, hey, I can go to Australia and we won't have crazy American shootings. And it's like, you just did. Here's Aerith. It's a terrorism is the right word, because it makes you feel, oh, there he is. Look at that. That's the Cloud you want right there. All right. But he's not holographic. You got the non-holo version. We're talking about like the darkest thing ever. And then I'm just getting excited over this Cloud. This wasn't too bad either. This is kind of cool back here, huh? So he got a hit out of the Gundam. 1 pack of Gundam, 1 hit. And then you got this Cloud non-holo. He might be about $100 in a 10. So that's pretty good. Aerith is not bad either, by the way. So this Aerith, I don't know what she would be worth, but she might do a little bit. And then the Chocobo, this might be about $50 in a 10. Yes. Took out insurance on Titanic, it sunk. Took out insurance on Twin Towers, and they collapsed a month later. The juice! That's what you're saying. Here's Animal Crossing. Are you ready? All right. Tom Nook, what? You're getting all the luck, bro. Oh, man, that's lucky as hell. All right, Tom Nook. Very good. Oh, who actually pulled this jumbo pack break? Did I throw his name out already? I threw his name out already, didn't I? Oh, who was it that pulled the jumbo pack break? It wasn't Mr. Jesus. I'm trying to remember who it was who actually pulled it. Isaac said it was me. Isaac Thomas, you're doing very good on this round. Tom Nook's probably the chase card if you think about it. He's got to be up there, probably top 5. So congratulations on Tom Nook. I would grade him. Here's Holo Live. You never know when the jumbo pack break's going to be the round with all the hits in it. Here's your little Holo Live. Okay, because all the packs, there's so many of them, anything can happen. Okay, this is a $20 pack going overboard. The Plumbus. Race War. Get Swifty. You could actually grade Get Swifty. And Tiny Rick. I'm Tiny Rick. I'm dying in here. With Animal Crossing, it's very popular. This could be worth something. Wait, Audi? You got Audi and you got Tom Nook. All right, so far so good. This Breaking Bad booster pack right here is actually a $27 booster pack. We lowered it by $7 to get it in here because it's like, it's expensive. All right, let's see. I feel like lowering it in general and letting it go. Here's Shortened Life Expectancy. Better Call Saul. Oh, Supporting the Sciences. What is this, some kind of stamp card? In 1989, Gus moved to the United States and endowed the Max... what is this? Oh, is that just part of the show? Chemotherapy. Here we are. Chemotherapy. Okay, there you have it. You remember that episode, Mister? That's nice. Finally meeting someone who's a Rick and Morty fan. I really love Rick and Morty. I do feel that the show was destroyed by the false allegations against the voice actor in divorce court, where he was accused of violence, and then that was thrown out because it was unsubstantiated. Unfortunately, sometimes men are violent toward women, and it's very hard to prove. But also, women can very easily lie about men, and everyone just kind of believes them. So it's a very, very sticky situation. I don't think he should have lost his job. I really don't. Here goes. What do we got? Here's Flygon. Here's Mega Dream. I think they wanted to get rid of him. Maybe pay some other actor to do the voice acting for much cheaper. My guess is he was probably paid really well. He helped create the show, and his voice acting creates the characters. It's unmistakable. His ability to voice act brings the characters into existence. Ooh. Bro, does anyone remember the Szechuan sauce hype? Yes. Yes, it was very crazy. Okay, cold pack. How about this Blue Sky Stream? Cold. How about this Black Bolt? I heard a rumor he might be coming back to the show. Did you guys hear that rumor? Here's Terra Festival. Okay, that's a little cold. Not having any luck on the Pokemon cards so far. Let's see. That was actually very messed up. Yeah, I think that was really too bad. They should have waited. They should have waited. But I heard him and the other guy who helped create the show, I heard him and the other guy were not even talking to each other. They were on very bad terms. So it's probably complex, you know. They're fighting. He had this goofy, bad-looking text with some, you know, underage girl. He didn't ask for nudes. He didn't ask to hook up with her, but he said, like, some crude things. It was inappropriate, so that didn't look good. And then also, you know, he was accused of violence by his wife, but that was not proven in court. He was not found guilty of that. And any girl can say that in divorce court to try and take you down because they don't like you or because they want more of your stuff. So I feel like he was not found guilty of that. And he, I don't know, I just think that they threw him out too soon. Here we go. What do we got? Ah, the Charmander gift card. Very nice. You can grade this card. It doesn't have to be holographic. That is a promo from Pokemon Go. There you have it. So the Pokemon cards were not insanely hot, but they're interesting. It's now guilty until proven innocent. Yeah, I think, you know, if your husband's being violent to you, you should document it clearly with photo evidence, with video recording. Otherwise, you know, I think men should not be thrown into jail or anything until violence can be proven. It's got to be innocent until proven guilty. That's what makes us the enlightened West are ideas like that. Nice cloud, man. That was a killer round for you. All right, you never know. You never know when it's going to be a hot round in the jumbo pack break because it's so random. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating our pets. I remember that. I think I caused a rift in our channel when that came out because I remember kind of saying, well, I saw videos of people eating cats and dogs. And it was true. I'd ran into videos like some neighborhood where they were roasting a dog over a fire. And he was speaking specifically about a certain group, like the Haitians have been dropped in humongous numbers right into Ohio, which is kind of a swing state. And he was, accusing them of being bad over there or something like that. But, it's funny. These videos surfaced of people doing stuff like that, cooking animals to survive. And it became a big debate over on this channel. People were getting really heated over it. We were fighting over it about whether it was happening or not. So, Mr. Josh, kind of a maybe an exaggerated argument. Ugh. Okay. Whew. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Famous line. I saw that video also. Yeah, I saw a couple, actually. I saw one where they were cooking a cat indoors. And those videos started to surface because of the argument that was ongoing about that. And he must have seen one of those videos. But really, it all began when it was a black man was making a video online that went viral. And he was talking about how the Haitian immigrants were just kind of dropped into everyone's backyard like overnight by the Biden administration. And he said, well, they're going around like grabbing the ducks and the geese out of the park and eating them. And he says he doesn't like it. It's like, well, yeah, you're an American citizen. You shouldn't be like a social experiment for importing every sad country that's having destabilization and war. Quick, import 80,000 people into your backyard. Put them all on welfare. Do you have a right as an American to say, I don't want that, or are you a huge racist, is one of the big questions these days. And there's a whole 50% of the country that would call you racist for that. They'll say, you're a racist, you're a bad person. It's like, what's the point of being an American then? What's the point? Here's Ho. I thought the point was to live in a nice way. Wasn't that the point of putting a country together? But so that's the debate. You don't have to agree with either side. Mr. Isaac pulled that, not Josh. How did I give that to Josh Whipple? It's because Josh Whipple was the last person to order. Sorry about that, Mr. Isaac. I even asked during the opening. You got me talking. All right, so nicely enough, we placed that all into a separate bag. So all we got to do is change the names over. Good catch. All right. Isaac, I suppose you probably want your cards. Here we are. Okay. All right, you can have them. My bad, dude. I apologize for making that mistake. You got to keep an eye on me, okay, guys, because I do that more than once. It's usually whenever we're deep in thought. Isaac Thomas. If I'm deep in thought, I have a higher risk of making a mistake of that sort. Okay. Ugh. Okay, and that is with your other bags in the iBox now. Very good, Isaac Thomas. It's the age. Yeah, I'm going through my my big brain slowdown. I think that's actually accurate. I think your brain does slow down in your 30s and 40s, right? William Downer, 3 prismatics. You got it, Mr. William. So, yeah, there was a lot of fighting on the channel. I think we even lost a couple customers over it. Some guys were like, I'm out. And I was like, all right. It's starting to happen. They're going to clip it and call it a TCC scandal. Snipping this. All right, very good. Well, it's because you can't abuse me of the thing that I saw with my own eyes. Like, if I actually see people doing it, I'm going to be like, somebody's doing it. It does happen. Here's a Briar. And that's a cold one. Ooh. Yeah, that was a really big conversation back then. Okie dokie. America's really changed as a result of the election outcomes. It really, 2 very divergent paths, There it is, Mr. William with the W. William, did you have a bag already? Let's see if you got a bag already. All right. We learned a lot of things from like Doge in those early months, if you guys recall. Yes. We were learning about the NGOs, the government charities, where the government gives money to a charity that somebody begins. And we're discovering there's all these made-up charities that send money to like some country across the world for like circumcision or something. It's like, oh, Jesus, dude. This, quick, send them $40 million. Quick. If you could just send them $40 million for circumcisions, that'd be perfect. Okay. They can't just pay for it? Like, what? The American people do not want to... Both Republicans and Democrats agree on the subject. That's what's so crazy about it. Neither side wants to be the side to have to fund circumcisions in like Africa or something. Like, bro, whoever decided this was a good idea, it's nuts. Next up, we got Mr. William. Going a little deeper on the prismatics. You got it, man. Nobody wants to pay for that stuff. All right, so I'm going to go grab some fresh boxes of the prismatic. I'll be right back. I just want someone to pay me a chunk of that $40 million instead. Eggs were $2.69 a dozen yesterday, down from $7. Yeah. You know, the $7 eggs was part of like a bird flu problem. And it does just take a while to fix it. That was not like inflation being improved. We're still in an inflationary economy. Like, inflation is still a bit up, higher than it's supposed to be. So it's not like the eggs suddenly reversed because of some insanely clever tactic. It's just that, you know, the big supply bump, the shortage from the bird flu was starting to be fixed. Let's go get that prismatic. All right. Man, it must be cold outside. It's got to be real cold. It's 66 degrees with the heat on full blast. Let me see what the weather is. I felt the cold air out there. 9 degrees. That's not bad. Sunday is only going to get up to 25 degrees today, huh? All right. Feels like -7 here in Michigan. 9 degrees isn't too bad. But that is cold. Yes, sir. That is pretty chilly. Stuff like that really does happen there. It was a long time ago. There was a Chinese in SE that had a freezer full of cats. Yeah. They're like, ooh, yeah. Tasty. Well, I don't know if you know this, but I think a little cat every now and then didn't hurt anybody. -4 here. It's cold. I can see the moon. So it's clear skies and cold, huh? All right. Here we go. I'm going to run out of these prismatics, man. They've been popular. Prismatic is a top-ordered set, if you didn't know that. Yes, we have the other sets, but people want prismatic. You're making me want to get another one of those Umbreons, man. All right, let's get it. Where are you in Boise? It looks like Silent Hill outside. 33 here in Boise. Hey! That's interesting that Boise's higher up on the globe. Missouri's lower down, but it's actually colder over here. That means that some kind of cold fronts come in. Okay, tossing this over here. We looked at the weather. Let's close the weather. Man, that shooting in Australia just happened, huh? I'm going to hit refresh on that. I'm not seeing any new news. 7 minutes ago, NBC, 12 dead. Oh, there is more news. So it's 12 dead on that beach in Australia, I guess. It was targeting Jews. It is a hate crime. Officials said the shooting was designed to target the Jewish community. Man. And you wonder why the Jewish people become like a tight-knit community where they're looking out for themselves. You know, it's kind of like it's sort of like, what do they call it? A self-fulfilling prophecy where, you know, maybe you could argue, if you're going to argue like the chicken and the egg, you could argue, well, it's their fault, it's their religion that started it all. But it's like, if you keep attacking them, they're always going to be that way. They're always going to be like, we got to look out for ourselves. That sucks, man. An event to mark the first day of Hanukkah taking place at Bondi Beach on Sunday. Wow, dude. That's crazy. Now I guess the curious question is, who is... All right, so back to it. William Downer. All right. Yeah, if you've heard me talk about the Jewish and Muslim communities on this channel, I've said that everyone needs to get along. I said that it's not a good idea for the Republican Party to go down a sort of anti-Semitic route. I think that's a very stupid take. And I think that the Muslims and the Jews would find that they have a surprising amount of things in common. And it's the same with the Republican Party in general, which is typically religious and conservative. Not good. Pretty bad, man. So stupid, dude. So much religious stuff going on all the time. I hate it. I hate the religious wars. It's like the opposite of enlightenment. All right, William Downer with W. Let's grab your bag. We just had it. So it will be right. Oh, did I actually put it back where I found it? Oh, no, here it is. Man, that is... They're celebrating their holiday. God, dude, that is so stupid. That is very similar to like a Christmas market attack like in Germany. I hate to hear it. It just makes me so angry. All right. Prismatic is so tough. Can you read my message? Yes, let's read your message. So you're saying it's not there. So whatever you said, it's possible that YouTube auto-moderated it. If you said something maybe like controversial or maybe a little graphic, YouTube does that. They do like auto-moderating. Tomorrow we're supposed to start raining and it will likely stop 5 days later. Oof. 8 degrees in Kansas. Oof. Colder over there. All right, so let's see. We've got Miss Alexandra. For grading, grade the thick helmet to PSA and grade the 10 soldier star and then the Darth Vader numbered card to tag. Ooh, okay. So we're going to do a little grading for Miss Alexandra. Sounds good. I think you're on top message. I'm not able to easily change that even. We're not using the YouTube app. I'm actually in the YouTube web browser on my iPad because that's how it works for vertical, I guess. Wow. Then the most people say Germans are the bad guys because what happened with the mustache guy. So it's hard to say I'm proud to be German. Yeah, I think that what happened in the past damaged the German identity. And I think that at some point the Germans have to get over what their ancestors did and have pride again. But at the same time, you don't want to revert back to, you know, doing stuff with ovens, you know what I'm saying? But the goal is to still have pride. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Every group should have pride in their ability and their own race. To not have pride would be like a sort of genocide in its own self, you know? Like, if you hate your own group, that's really not good. You need to love your own group. It's healthy to do that even. I think people get along better with each other when they don't have insecurities about themselves. And so everyone should just be proud of who they are. But yeah, at the same time, you should be aware of what happened in the past and not repeat it because that was clearly not a good thing, right? It was a bad thing. Yes. But so that's my take on that subject, which is a delicate subject. Let's grab this. All right. Yeah, I feel sorry for the Germans because I think German, especially young people who are very educated and aware, they have trouble having a healthy identity because they hear what the ancestors did. But this is the deal, Miss Alexandra. You didn't do that. Here it is. So you're not guilty of it. It is. So you shouldn't have that shared guilt. Let's see. Germans make good beer. I think you're on top messages. Okay, we'll put this here. All right, very nice. And here's this. Ooh, that is such a cool card. So these are going to tag, and the helmet goes to PSA because it has to go to PSA. I feel sorry for the poor people that want to collect and can't. There it is. Ooh. For the Pokemon cards, I question if they really can't collect. But I think that besides the fact that you have a lot of options, like if you want to collect cards, but the 10s are really expensive, just go collect 5s or 6s or something. So first of all, there's that. But second of all, you're not necessarily entitled to have nice things in life any more than you're entitled to have like a free home or like a fancy sports vehicle. So I think that collecting is a luxury, and when you're really poor, it's tough. You just don't get as many luxuries when you're poor. I didn't get luxuries when I was a kid. But what is the solution to that? The solution to that is to get ambitious and go change that. Go change your trajectory in life. Go become super ambitious and successful. That's what I did. It worked for me, and it could work for you too. I really believe that. Don't wait for the government to save you. All right, let's put it like this. There it goes. I think those 3 cards are some of my coolest. Yes. All right, definitely learn from history, and hopefully history won't repeat. Yeah, I mean, we're in the future now. Like, can't we just... I don't even smoke weed, but can't we just, like, smoke weed and open Pokemon cards? Can't we just, like, relax? Jesus Christ, It's always, like, some people who are very angry over some religious thing, or they're very bitterly trying to acquire land or something. It's always some conquest. And unfortunately, it's people who are still wrapped up in those identities of fighting over something, and it's not good. There are still people that want to fight over land. It never stops. The fight for land never stops. There's a fight for land in the U.S. Who gets to be here, who doesn't get to be here. And the Democrats are saying everyone should be here, and the Republicans are saying maybe not. So it's always a fight for land and money and resources, and it just never ends. Here it is. But man, we got to be smarter about it. It's so late in the future. Ooh. All right, let's write your name down. It'd be very easy if there's no welfare at all, by the way. So if you just turned all welfare off, anyone could be here. It wouldn't matter. Most welfare didn't exist back when the United States took on lots and lots and lots of poor immigration from Europe, like Ireland. There was no immigration, or there was no handouts, no welfare. Now we have a very expensive welfare system, and so the more people you take on that are just going to go straight on welfare, the more you're going to bankrupt the country. So the country is bankruptable now. It wasn't bankruptable back then. You couldn't bankrupt yourself by importing people. You can do that now. So, I think it'd be interesting if we did that, but no one will ever vote for that, getting off of welfare. People always vote for more welfare. That is the nature of humans. Okay, this will be P. Very good. Yeah, if we went to a no welfare system, you can just bring anyone in. If you really wanted to, if you were purely non-racist. You're like, I love all people of all shapes and sizes, all colors, all races, all religions, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you prefer to be around a certain group of people, now you got a different subject. Now you have a subject like, hey, maybe Britain should be British. That's a different subject, which is also an interesting conversation. All right, let's see. So, Mr. William, he's going a little deeper. He says, give me 3 more of those. You got it. 3 more prismatics. 1, 2, and a 3. I'm Native American and have I know and for sale, but I want it for me and my family. Oh, I have land. Keep that land, bro. We are. Nice, dude. Yes. My dad told me we have Native American in our DNA because he was able to trace some sort of marriage between somebody, but that didn't show up in my DNA test. There we go. I wonder if he was wrong about that or if somebody was mistaken. Snipping this. There you go. I feel sorry for poor people that want to collect. I think those 3 cards are some of my coolest. I am Indian. Hey, how's it going, man? You are. Is it? All right, so here's Prismatic. Here's Furfrou, Carmine, and Umbreon. Here's Sneasel, Hippopotas, Rayfort. Ooh. Ho-ho. And finally, we've got Houndour, Rotostick, Sylveon, and Fighter Energy. Ooh, look at that. Are you red? Indian or native? Please and thank you. I'm Indian. Let's toss this over here. Indians, they've been very prolific over the last 10 years, I want to say. Getting a lot of CEO jobs, a lot of immigration, and you hear some people making like racist remarks about that too. And it just goes to show you that it's like, I don't think it really matters who it is, from where they're coming. There's always sort of like an uneasiness the moment people start to mix, or maybe too much mixing. People get uneasy. And, you know, we've seen this forever. But it's possible to mix, you know, like you have New York City still moving along, and California and all these places. And it's a really interesting conversation, because it's like, well, what do you value the most? Merit, productivity, or do you value having like this Puritan society of one genetic strain? You know, like what's the most valuable thing to you? And it's a curious conversation, you know, it really is. Humans have been intertwining for centuries, forever, actually, if you think about it. That's how you got each group of people anyways. Like, it's not like the Europeans are one pure like strain of genes necessarily. You got very different Europeans. Like the Germans are not the same as the Ukrainians, who are not the same as like maybe like the Polish or the Hungarians, or, you know, the Irish. Really different strains of people. And so groups have been mixing for a long time. And it's a fascinating conversation, but sometimes you get so much immigration so fast, people don't get a chance to sort of, I guess, integrate or something, or get used to the idea of it. And then you have like these bitter feelings, I think, really. You get bitter feelings if it's too much too fast. Here's William. Let's see. Mister, what are your thoughts on aliens? You think they are real? Like from outer space? If they were real, they're definitely not near us, because we would have contact with them. So we have some pretty powerful telescopes, and we have not found real aliens. There are conspiracies, but you know, nothing mainstream, right? So my belief is there are no aliens right now. Do I believe there's some sort of life force somewhere else in the universe? I think it's pretty possible. I mean, we exist. So, you know, if we weren't like created by the hand of God or something like that, and we really are some sort of anomaly from the Big Bang where solar energy converted into life forms or something like that, well, you would have to assume somewhere in the universe there's another planet with just the right conditions where, you know, the nearby star created life there too. But obviously we're so far apart from each other, we're not ever going to see each other unless we were to figure out, you know, light travel, which even that could take hundreds of years to get each other teleported to the other side of the universe. And remember, the universe expands actually. So it actually gets further apart over time at dramatic levels. So we're very rapidly, the universe is expanding as we speak. So even if we launched a super fast ship right now, it would take so long to reach perhaps another life-filled planet. So, yeah, I don't have high hopes for aliens. The only aliens I know are the ones coming from other countries into America. They're aliens. I don't know why we use that word. It's a strange word. They're living in Antarctica. Are you talking about Agartha? Something constantly tells me we aren't alone. That's schizophrenia. I heard you're going to send tag out soon. Yep, probably this Sunday. Let's see. Good and bad people everywhere. Yeah. Sometimes the girls like the guys who are bad, actually. not the nice guys, huh? All right, so let me hit refresh on this. Girls do not like guys who are too kind. They like jerks. Okay, so I think we're wrapped up. It's actually 5:30 a.m. And here's that really nice mark slab. Let's go ahead and hand out one last spot. And it looks like this is going to finish on Monday. Thomas, you made it in. Congratulations, Thomas. You're number 16. So there's 4 spots left to hand out on Monday. And this is a $150 or $130 slab. Take a look. It might as well be $150. I mean, look at how beautiful it is. Shockingly good looking. So there you have it, guys. This finishes on Monday for sure. Be there on Monday, and we'll find out who pulls this free $130 slab. And then after that's over, did you know Mark already bought you guys a box of Inferno X? So after this ends, Inferno X begins. So he's just doing Christmas presents this month, I suppose. Hollow Earth always been interesting to me. That's right. Well, I really appreciated you guys as an audience. I'm glad you're here talking and hanging out and opening cards together and just sort of, you know, enjoying the social aspect of card collecting. If you want to join us for the next round, be sure to smash the subscribe button. That'll tell you next time we go live. And we go live on Monday, okay? There's no Sunday night stream. We've taken Sunday nights off to get work done. I'll be live for the Monday daytime stream on Monday. I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you again. Have a nice night. And I'll keep an eye on that thing that happened in Australia. That's really sad. It upsets me a lot. I hate to see that. And all the religious wars, they got to come to an end, man. All of it. All of the, you know, it's probably never going to happen, but there's got to be some solution, man. It'll never end. I'll see you guys. Don't get too depressed. See you later. I'm going to go eat some candy or something.